All right, welcome back to another episode of The 12, our epic campaign of discovery and adventure across the continent of Corvair. This story will stream live Sundays at 6 p.m. Central here on Javelin Entertainment, and if you missed the last session, check it out on the channel page or by clicking the link down in the description.
Last week, the survivors of what was being referred to by many as the day the sky tendrils broke the hands of Splendor, or Carpal Tendril Day, found themselves in a heated battle with the surviving helmsman of the creepy sky squid. They were trapped in tight corridors and found the Mind Flayer to be quite the headache, but were able to push it into retreating to a back chamber. Stealthy and Suspicious finished the creature off with a quick double strike to its head and skull before it was able to finish channeling some sort of terrifying mind magic into a great brain. When attacked, the brain released waves of mental trauma worse than seeing your grandmother naked. And it wasn't until the world's tiniest giant smashed it with a flaming hammer that it finally sank down and was pulled back within the nautiloid. The boy, whose body is a utility knife, managed to find some strange metal on the Mind Flayer and tucked it away before they all retreated the flaming corpse of the sky squid for the beach. The woman of water used a shiny spyglass to triangulate the survivor's location to the island of 7th and pointed out a marked location called Elysium on the island. As hunger began to take them, they wrangled up some fish and fruit for a hearty island feast before the half-sized man with the full-sized mouth revealed the biggest jaw-dropper yet. The old geyser apparently had a Mind Flayer tadpole inserted directly into his ocular region, and for obvious reason now wants it out. Will the surgery the tiny dragon has planned be a success? Will they make it safely to Elysium? Will they survive the island at all? Let's tune in and find out.
So, you guys have arrived on this island, have spent the day trying to survive after reclaiming your items and defeating a Mind Flayer within the nautiloid. Now on the beach as evening comes, we had found that Roland and Boko had gone through filleting some fish. Gale and had went with one of the artificers, Cesare, to try and repair one of the barrels. And then we had Clyde, who had given this information to Jazargo, a kobold. As the evening has worn on and you all have gotten some food, some of this fruit and fish into your belly, the sun is starting to go down on the horizon. Is there anything you all are doing before trying to get some shut-eye on this night after a very, very filled day?
I have nothing before bed, but I do have stuff to do after her 4-hour meditation.
Okay,
FYI.
Good to know. I will, I'll take that into account. Anyone have anything before bed?
If we're doing
Clyde?
the surgery before bed, yeah, Clyde wants to get Sindri. And maybe Cade, if Sindri won't come alone, to just hold him down. Like, I need someone to just...
And Cade, was there something you wanted to do before that?
Mine will just be like a bedtime kind of thing.
Okay.
But if someone comes to track us down to rip his eyeball out, that can go first.
And Roland and Boko, was there anything you two were doing?
I think I already did mine last session, so I'm good with going to bed.
All right. So as you... Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm just like keeping a wary eye on Boko and trying to see if he sneaks off again, but other than that, nothing.
Alrighty. And Gale, anything for you, or are you good as well?
Well, if Gale is going to see a bunch of people gathering up for some sort of surgery, I'd probably saunter over there to see what's going on, just purely for curiosity's sake.
Yeah, at least right now. And we'll see what happens. But Clyde has just mentioned this to Jazargo so far. But Clyde, you said you were going to try and go talk to Cade and Sindri first?
Yeah. One of them has shown that they're a healer, and the other has shown that they're very strong, if small.
Big things in small packages. It's okay, David.
But yeah, Clyde's gonna go off and try and find Sindri and Cade. And just ask him, I got something I need your help with over this way. I'll explain over there.
Okay. I just start following you. No questions.
Cade looks a little suspicious, but kind of follows us like 2 steps behind Sindri.
And as they're walking, Clyde is just going to start talking to him if no one else is really about. Just, got a little bit of bad news. You know that thing we fought? The real ugly thing with all the tentacles?
Yeah, the brain eater.
Yeah, that thing. Well, it put what Gisargo's calling a tadpole in my eye. And apparently that's going to go real bad. I didn't think it was going to go good, but it's going to go real bad.
Yeah, I can honestly say...
It's going to be okay. You just got to pluck my eyeball out.
Is it on your eye?
No,
I
it's
kind of
inside.
look in his face, and we're actually about the same height, so I actually can look you in the face.
Does he see anything in my eye?
Roll me a perception. Actually, this would be investigation, Sindri.
All right. Turn on character sheet. Don't be so slow.
I have a crowbar if you need it.
We might, depending how this goes.
Yeah, Sindri,
I have a lot of tools.
You look at his face and you don't see anything different or unusual about it. I mean, his eyes are a little bloodshot from just, like many people here, the stress and intensity of the day's events, but nothing that would give any indication that anything was able to go into the eye at all, really. You're not even sure how that's possible.
Sure? Are you sure it's on your eye? And it didn't just, like, go in and go elsewhere?
I'm going to tell you right now, from what Gisargo told me, no. And from what I'm feeling myself, no.
You can feel it on your eye?
No, but you could feel it go in.
Oh. Well, it doesn't mean it's still there. Like, you can get, like, parasites that, like, crawl up your arm from the inside. Maybe it's like that.
Yeah, I think it's something like that, except it's inside my brain. Crawl through my eye.
Then shouldn't we...
Alright, good thing I
brain?
don't need you for much of your smarts. You just need to hold me down.
If it's on the brain, do we need to remove the brain and not the eye?
No, it's through the eye. Okay. I'm a little worried about you. You're not doing the surgery.
Oh, okay.
I'll admit, this is the first time I've ever heard of something go through the eye to the brain. I have heard of one species that can travel up a urine stream into male genitalia. The eyeballs new.
Back in the swamp, you just gotta stay real clear, or carry fire with you. But this ain't nothing like that. Real ugly motherfucker too. But Gisargo says he thinks he knows how to get it out before it turns me into one of those brain eater things.
Are you sure that the whole eye must be removed? That'll be a little hard on your depth perception.
Can we put
I
it
think
back?
the other option is I, Clyde, stop existing and turn into a weird tentacle monster.
Yeah.
You get taller too?
I don't know, but I think I'm gonna grow tentacle beard, and I just don't look right with a beard.
Or are they not normally that tall? I've only seen one. Maybe I should try and judge it. The species on it.
I mean, I
think it'd be a little bit creepier if there was like a mini version running around.
Right? So we gotta get this taken care of. And it's an eye, but that's better than the other thing.
Fair. Here, and Kate's gonna take out her wineskin and be like, "You probably need this more than I do."
Oh yeah. And Clyde's going to down said thing until he is poisoned and getting and starting to get drunk.
All right,
while he's walking towards Gisargo.
Go ahead and roll me a Constitution save there, Clyde.
I would love to.
Wine gets you drunk? Aren't you always sipping on moonshine?
Yeah, but that's literal moonshine, so it's fine. Ooh, yeah, no, we get nice and tipsy.
So it's not exactly
NCIC.
easy. This wineskin is not the level of potent that you're used to drinking. And Cade, it really does take this entire wineskin of him just downing in maybe 5 minutes, and instantly, Clyde, your stomach starts to get upset, mostly from just drinking that quickly. But into these 10-15 minutes as you start moving towards Jazargo, you can feel it starting to take some effect. It's not a lot, but it's something.
All right, and if I start passing out or foaming at the mouth, you got to give me some of this. And Clyde's going to hand Cade his flask of moonshine.
So when you are passing out, you want me to give you more alcohol?
Absolutely, it'll perk me right up.
Don't you just want to pass out? I feel like passing out here is really the solution.
No, because then I might die, and I want to make sure I'm awake so my brain works like it's supposed to. I don't want to wake up like my cousin Jimmy got hit with the head, like a rock fell on him. He was never right after.
I'm just gonna say, usually surgery, especially delicate surgery, like removing an eye, usually goes better when the patient is not conscious.
You've removed eyes
we
before?
can try it, but I don't really want to down all this.
Is this a common thing that people have to remove tadpoles from their eyes?
No,
No,
first I
can't
ever
say I've
heard
ever
of
done
it.
it.
Really should ask Jazargo. Seems he knows more about it, and I'll work on getting nice and drunk.
And
I was worried that the service world was a lot scarier than I thought it was.
And as you guys are having this conversation, is it in the middle of the beach, or are you guys kind of having this off to the side?
As we're like heading towards Jazargo, moving.
Okay.
Adam did say that he was going to wait for us to kind of be away from the group before
Yes.
starting the
From
talk.
the
Yeah.
main groups.
So,
Okay. So yeah, as you guys do begin to head that way, Gale and Roland, Boko, you can kind of see that the three of these individuals are all kind of walking together, and you see that the small halfling is just like completely down to wineskin and is starting to again not be immensely drunk, but enough to noticeably show some signs. And you can see a few other people around camp have also broken out flasks of different types. And you can see the rosy cheeks starting to come from a few of them who are taking in this last bit of solace. But as you all, the three of you head towards camp, most everyone is trying to kind of bed down in some way or another. There's not really beds here, but doing the kind of best they can to find some space where it is free of any dirt or sand for the most part. And you find Jazargo as he is standing nearby Cesare and Gale, actually. And the three of you come up to these other three who are kind of chatting back and forth. Something about a barrel.
And you said Cesare and Jazargo are chatting about a barrel?
Yes, Cesare, Jazargo, and Gale are all kind of chatting back and forth. And you can see that they actually do have a large barrel that they have in front of them. And they're kind of looking at it and examining it, making comments about how to improve its structural integrity in different places, talking about resins and just taking the gist of how to make it fully sealed again. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't check that.
I think because you said Boko and Roland had clocked Clyde drunkenly being led into the forest by Cade and Sindri. Right?
Yes, correct. And they're not headed into the forest. They're headed to meet with these three. So there's Sindri, Cade, and Clyde are headed and have just met up with Jazargo, Cesare, and Gale.
I don't want to listen to that conversation.
Yeah, Loud and Smashy just left, so I might be able to get some sleep. And Kate is with them, and she's the one that has displayed intelligence so far, so they'll be safe.
Yeah, Boko is going to sit near Roland and just keep an eye, but is clocking this whole thing and just seeing what plays out, because it seems like something's going on.
Roland would keep an eye on it, but he only has one, so...
Boko, go ahead and just roll me a perception check for this, and we'll get to that. In the meantime, Clyde, Cade, and Sindri, you walk up, and Jazargo is kind of looking over the bucket. Yes, it shouldn't be too difficult to take some resin and apply it here so that it fixes up. There's only a few sealing issues. I'm sure we can find some one of the trees around here that has some sap that we should be able to use. But we can save it for the morning, perhaps, Gil. I've got a few things I wanted to accomplish tonight. As he kind of looks up and sees the three of you approaching.
Sargo, you ready to take care of my problem? I think these two here will be able to help.
Yes, I believe so. Cesare, would you come with us? Gail, it was good to Sorry, you'll have to forgive me. I'm used to normal introductions. We're stranded on this island, so I suppose it wasn't much of an option to meet you. But you seem nice, and we'll help with the barrel in the morning. It was good to see you. And kind of nodding on to Gale, Jazargo and Cesare kind of take and move beside Clyde and Cade and Sindri, and begin to head off on a direction away from the beach. And Boko, you kind of catch just this edge of the conversation before they begin moving away from you, and Jazargo drops his voice considerably, and you can hear that he's whispering, but you can't hear what the context of the conversation is. Are you going to try to move with them, or try to listen in more, or are you going to let it go?
Boko's going to ask Roland, because Roland seems a little more adept at this. He just says, sort of leans over and touches Roland on the arm and says, What is it you make of these?
Of what?
You haven't noticed the... And he just sort of gestures vaguely to what was sort of loud and chaotic, and then dipped really low, and then sort of skulked off.
I noticed that it finally was peaceful enough to read again. A few people went off into the woods. It happens. Their choice of companion I would not have counted on, but... no accounting for individual taste.
Boko stands up. I am going to follow. And he's going to slowly take about a half dozen steps, giving Roland the chance to follow.
Hold on. He'll stand up, kind of like collect his coat and his rifle. What do you think is going on? Why do we need to follow? I will follow with you if you think we need to follow.
The half man, he was acting strange, yes? That does not concern you?
He has presented no threat to me. So he is not concerning me in any particular fashion. Are you concerned for him?
Boko thinks for a minute and looks at Roland and says, if you are not concerned, you may stay. And he will turn around and walk away.
Roland will follow.
Alright, are you guys trying to be stealthy about this?
Yeah.
Alright, then stealth checks from both of you.
There are other numbers.
No. That's the only number. the only number.
There are
that
other
matters.
numbers. I just
The
rolled a
creepy
different one.
the creepy one continually rolling 13s. I can see no way this is going to go south.
Better than 3
It
sixes.
could be worse. We could be playing on Friday.
Yeah, so Kate's like, Kate's following along and everything, but she starts hearing some foot crunching behind and immediately clocks Boko with just, I have a higher passive perception than you can stealth.
Yeah, and it's not right away. So as you are kind of headed along the beach, you get away from the main camp, from where most people are. And then as you guys are kind of talking, whispering, Jazargo's kind of talking to Clyde about what needs to happen. But trying not to scare him much, but is much more practical than understanding. But Cade, you're watching and listening, and you do hear kind of a crackle, and you look back, and it's not so much that you see Boko, but you see a shape of someone moving behind you.
Okay. I'll drop back and head towards the shape that I saw.
Okay. Are you trying to exchange stealthily, or are you just moving straight towards it?
Oh no. I deliberately let like the group take a few steps forward and just say, I'll be right back.
Okay.
And just turn around and like walk like 4 steps forward and kind of just cross my arms.
Oh, as soon as Cade turns around and starts walking towards us, Roland is breaking stealth and walking straight up to her. Just kind of like was stealthing a little bit better behind Boko, just going, there's a stick, and then as soon as Cade turns around, it's just like light smack on the shoulder and walks past him.
And Boko, are
I'll
you
help
following?
you gentlemen with something?
Are you following suit, or are you trying to stay hidden?
Boko will probably notice that Cade approaches him, but his focus is drawn away until it's apparent that she's approaching.
So she's not approaching; she's standing still, and has caught something. Okay. And right now, you're off on the side, you and Roland is walking out towards her.
Yeah. Okay. Boko will follow.
Okay. So yeah, these two individuals come up to you, Cade.
Is there something I can help you with?
No. We just saw several figures sneaking away from camp, and he'll look over at Boko, concerned.
If you must know, Clyde's having a bit of a medical issue, and we're attempting to address it away from the rest of the group, seeing as it's loud, fussy. There's definitely some people that seem to be a little squeamish around, so we're just attempting to address it away from the noise.
Fair enough. Could you use a hand?
I think it's well in hand.
As you've seen, neither of us are squeamish.
It is not for me to determine. It is Clyde's medical issue. He has asked for Sindri and I's assistance. And it would be for him to determine if your assistance is needed. But if something comes up, I'll make sure to grab both of you, knowing that you're so kindly offering a hand.
Well, if something comes up, hopefully you'll have time to come all the way back to the beach for us. And he'll smile, give a quick half bow, half nod of the head, and we'll turn on heel and walk back to what he was doing.
Boko stays and looks to Cade, and he says, "This emergency. What is it?" And he actually genuinely looks concerned.
Again, not my place to say. It is Clyde's problem. He has asked for assistance. I'm going to provide what I can, but it is not for me to delve into his business or share his business with other people.
Boko nods.
What does it take for Clyde to realize that the healer that he had brought along is no longer with them?
I mean, I said I'll be there in just a sec. So
okay.
Yeah, she
it
had
would
kind
have
of
been
given
a
a
quick
nod.
message, and you would have seen me step back.
We're aware. There's a bathroom break.
Bathroom break.
Yeah. Before
Boko
major
will
surgery seems valid.
Boko trusts Cade
Did you wash your
because
hands?
Oh God. Purify water.
I just shake my hands off, and the water comes off.
so Boko trusts Cade because she's been sort of the pseudo leader, and she's had a lot of people's interests at heart, and so Boko will take her at her word. But he simply explains, and as he's explaining, he goes to reach into the large pouch that's on one of his bandoliers. He says,
and you see again, same kind of reaction as last time. You see just an alertness, like that automatically kind of happens when anyone reaches for something, but then it eases again.
Boko might notice, but probably doesn't stop. And as he pulls out a small sort of leather roll, he opens it up, and there are a lot of surgical tools that he holds in this sort of wrapping, and he hands them over to you. In case they are needed, please return them when you're finished.
He kind of reaches out. I will. Thank you.
And
kind of just paces away to where Clyde and the rest of the group is.
And Boko will head down the road away, not all the way back to where Roland is. He's going to sort of plant himself and, as their wish, make sure nobody else comes this way.
All right.
Almost act like a sentry.
Clyde and Cade and Sindri, you head with Jazargo and Cesare down away from the beach to begin this operation. And Jasira, as you have found your way back to the other group of elves that are here, maybe a bit more than half a dozen that have gathered apart from everyone else. They're grouped along the rocks, kind of sitting and meditating as they begin their rests. But you do see the familiar yellow garb of your companion, your friend Tove. Is there anything that you have to say for her before you go to rest?
I think she will start by kind of walking up next to her and just kind of saying very quietly, just kind of keep between them. This was not what I quite expected of our day.
She gives a half laugh.
And so she'll actually pull out 2 daggers that she took from the guards, their loot whenever she was in the ship. I don't know if you need them, but might be good for fending for yourself.
Her head tilts a little bit. Each of these elves, you know, but just for description, they all have these intricate masks over their face, and Tove has one made of brass with layers where the eyes would be. The yellow cloak wrapped around her hair that billows out underneath, and she wears this leather dress that is tight to her body. And with a quick smile, she takes the daggers and kind of stows them away, kind of tying them to her belt that she holds there. Anything is better than nothing. What do you make of all of this?
Jesus, sorry. Freya has decided right now is a great time to get upset.
What do you make of all of this? It feels like for the first time we are free, and yet we must be bound to these people still.
I don't really know. The ones that I went on the ship with, they're weird, to say the least. But they don't seem to mind me, so I suppose I don't mind them. I think they're going places, assuming they stick together. But I think we're free. We don't need to worry about the state anymore. Our life starts today.
Do we set off on our own? I'm worried that Anya is rallying the others against us. And I'm not sure who we can trust here, but I don't know if these others, if they are any better.
And she kind of just glance over at that bitch, Anya.
You do.
Just kind of get a quick reading.
And across all of these elves, they are all vivid and unusual. The masks usually large, intricate, and in complex detail, but Anya's, above all others, is eye-catching. The bright colors of the reds and the oranges that surround her face with the bright red war paint. It gives just enough of a shade to cover her eyes, but you can still see the silvery pupils underneath and the headdress that splays outward like feathers of an eagle's crest. It is radiant and almost sun-like, and her hair flows out and is built up with beads and hair extensions to just cause it to flow out from the crest. And she's looking at least 4 or 5 of these other elves, and they're talking among themselves, all in Elvish, of course, but you can hear the whispers from where you are, and she has her back towards you, but you can feel the gaze of the others as they look up at you and Tove occasionally. There are others of the elves that are scattered around, not part of either of these groups, but they're few and far between, and you know that Anya has a certain charisma about her that sways others to her side.
That's exactly why she hates her, that bitch. I don't know if there's anything we can do about her, per se. They say strength is in numbers, yes?
I suppose so.
We could stay near those people, the ones I mentioned. If we separate ourselves from the others, then perhaps we'll look more unapproachable. And once we get off this island, I can help you get away.
But if we do this, none of the elves will help us again. They do not like or trust these people with good reason, and if we go and stay with them, especially overnight, trust them this way, the other elves will never be able to see us as one of them.
I was never seen like our own kind while I was at home. I'm an outcast. So why not be an outcast with them? Perhaps people that will actually give us a time of day, or at least might find us interesting.
I would find it very unusual if I met someone who didn't find you interesting. But if you are sure, then let us go over there. Do you see any of them that you would like to approach?
I'll just kind of take a look at the beach and I guess see that most of the people are gone.
So you do see that a few of them are gone, and you actually catch sight around this time that Boko and Roland are kind of walking back into camp. And you see the Schalt and Gale, who are also already at the beach and kind of sitting down and trying to find some comfy place to sleep or meditate.
I think initially she will kind of point to the other two very interesting fellows, Roland and Boko. They don't really like to talk much, I think.
Creepy and suspicious.
They probably won't question us. They probably won't question us.
Austin, you're muted if you're talking.
Should we go? Should we go and talk to them on their way, or should we just walk by them, find a spot near them?
We'll start with nearby.
Ah, yes, the classic technique for getting a man's attention. Just walk by him.
Just a casual pose. Hello, gentlemen.
Dear, I dropped something.
Bend and snap. Works every time. Anyway. She wouldn't do that. Yeah, so Jasira will just kind of like nod her head and say, follow me. And she will kind of set up the meditation nearby the group, perhaps close to a fire. Maybe even like leaning against some of the rock faces we have over here, it looks like. Have something protecting our backs.
Yeah, so Boko and Roland, you see as these two masked elves kind of follow at a decent distance behind you and come up and sit nearby you. And there are numerous fires that have been made around, and they begin to meditate at one, which Gale has kind of sat by and is doing a similar meditation, going through more methodically, examining his weapons, cleaning them as he begins to go into a restful state. But the three of you do catch sight of these two individuals. But they seem to, at least for the moment, just go on their own and sit down and begin to meditate.
And if she happens to make eye contact with anyone that was in the ship, she'll just kind of nod.
Contact is a very, very nice word for the stare that Boko is giving you. But the stare is very creepy, but it's followed up with the very obvious sort of planting of two skewered cooked fish at the edge of their little circle that him and Roland have.
I've got to back up.
If it keeps happening, just probably look into some settings, because I had to change up mine before.
Yep. That's something I need to fix. Tons of fun things when you got this many videos.
Not enough. God damn.
But yeah, so you would have been roughly by yourself for this moment.
Okay.
Did you say that you were? Sorry, did you say that you were doing something?
If I'm hearing screams, the first one I'm gonna probably look around, just call out to get whoever's nearby. Are we tracking that? Is that something we're expecting?
I feel like when that first scream goes off, Boko and Roland both make eye contact, and we're like, the second one we're like, okay.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be pretty obvious to anybody looking on to us. Though.
The second one, I'd probably look over and be like, I tell you what, I'm going to go take a look at what's going on over there, beside all of these other folk.
Yeah, and you do see that there are others around who are doing the same. This group over by the fire has kind of jumped up and kind of moving on the second one. And similarly, some of the people who have made it a little further in towards the woods are now pulling up blades and waving around torches to try and see what's going on, and kind of calling out. But you do see that Garrett and Octavius nearby you are both kind of like looking back and forth and like, what was that? I don't know what that was. I've never had anything like it.
Gentlemen, I know what I could tell you that is. Do you smell it? An opportunity for more testing.
Oh my
I'm getting out there.
Oh, it's too perfect. Oh goodness. All right. So yeah. In the meantime, Clyde, as you have taken Jazargo, Cesare, Cade, and Sindri over, Jazargo has been kind of talking you through this. It's not going to be a pleasant experience. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think I have the tools that can apply the proper pressure to the area around the eye and be able to pull it free. I've got a relatively sharp blade that we can sever the ocular nerve, and then we've got
Jazargo, but I'm gonna stop you right there. This is why I brought Cade. I can't listen to this. No. And Clyde's just gonna start drinking and walk a little bit past Jazargo.
On that note of a sharp blade, I was able to acquire these from the person on the beach, and I'll kind of like hold out the surgical tools. I do believe this could make our life significantly easier.
Oh, and
do you want to knock him out too?
He kind of unravels them. Well, we don't have any anesthetic, unfortunately. But
this always works pretty well, and Cade's just gonna pluck
hammer.
Cade's gonna pluck the moonshine from his hand real quick.
I would not recommend any blunt force trauma. We do not want to do any more damage to the brain than we may already be attempting. But that is just a conjecture.
I can make him like go to sleep for like a minute. Does that work?
Is this
a week or two.
Magic or?
It's yes, magic. Ooh.
If the hammer's coming out, this is gonna be amazing.
Are you saying that as you're bringing out the hammer? Because he's not gonna believe you at all.
Sindri, is this actually magic and not hitting someone with a hammer?
It's giant magic, like with the fire stuff I did earlier.
Okay, so there's no hitting someone in the head, correct?
Yes, it's stone magic.
Okay. Well, I think it's worth a shot. Because Clyde, quite frankly, I don't think you want to be awake for this.
Been working on it, but this wine's just not going to do the trick. I'm so used to the moonshine, it won't put me to sleep.
I'm not going to comment on that. But we can use the moonshine to disinfect some of the surgical tools.
Yes, we'll be able to take care of it. If you would like to just set up here, and he kind of takes Clyde and just kind of begins to position him on the beach, and kneels down next to him, rolls out the tools, and sets the kind of flask of moonshine nearby, and begins to kind of pull out different pieces and examine them, and prep. And he kind of motions Sindri over to one side. All right, you stay on this side of the body. Cesare, you come near me. And he kind of repositions up to Clyde's head, kind of kneeling right up on top of the head, while Cesare is up by the shoulder, and he points Cade down more towards the legs. All right, you three will hold. Cesare, you'll have to help me open up the eye socket, assuming this sleep works. All right, is everyone ready?
Do we want to weigh him down? I can put my hammers on him.
Sure, let me hold
what,
that.
What am I doing here? I have not been explained.
I've been hold me down because this is gonna hurt. And if I move, it's gonna be bad.
The two of you are going to try and hold him in place. If you think that the hammer can hold him there without rupturing or breaking anything of the internal bones, then we can go ahead and apply that as well. But I don't know if that is as reliable.
Of a species
you can put it like a cross beam over me.
Wrap him in some fire chains.
Okay, no.
Quick question.
That would hurt. Actually, how hardy are you? Because
not very, and I don't like where you're going.
Oh, okay. I mean, it will keep you still. As long as this only takes a short time, it'll be fine, but extremely painful.
Yeah, I'd rather the other one.
Sindri, let's stick with sleep. Austin, real quick.
Yeah.
The other person that's not doing surgery,
Mm-hmm.
how burly does this individual look?
Not at all. They are a thin, lithe gnome. Yeah, it's a kobold and a gnome. They're both smaller than Sindri is. Like, not necessarily in height, but definitely like in build. Like they're tiny.
But at least Clyde is also small.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Cesare is more there to help with the surgery.
I'm gonna climb up and like sit on his chest and like have my hands hold his arms out. He's like, okay, I got both sides. Tell me when, and I'll try to put him. Don't resist.
I
Then I'm just gonna
like
stare
how you
right
said
in,
that. You need
right
to
in your
think
face,
through,
holding
but
your
I'll
arms.
do my best.
Right before things begin, Cade will go up to the individual that's going to do the surgery and just put a hand on his shoulder and be like, utmost faith, you can do this, we'll keep him steady. I'll do what I can to mitigate the damage, and I'll cast guidance to just like give him a little bit of help.
I think you have a very calm way of speaking about you. You should really get into public speaking or something. All right. He kind of cracks his knuckles.
Leadership, a doctorate, maybe.
I've got this. I can do this. I understand it in theory. It'll be good to put into practice. Start my medical degree. All right. Cesare, prepare to hold him down. Sindri, you ready? Go ahead and do the spell whenever you're ready. Just give us a 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. I stare at you in the face, and you see my eyes glow bright green, and suddenly your vision is filled with like you're trapped in stone, almost suffocating, and you can't move, and it's almost like it's. And then you see the.
Relax. There's nothing that can go wrong.
And you just hear the words, "Don't fight it."
Clyde's more worried now. But he can't do anything, so that was the point.
It is a wisdom save. Auto fail or roll a wisdom save?
He would definitely like to auto fail if he can.
I'm actually going to say, due to the nature of this, please roll for me. Because this is something that he was not expecting at all and is very terrifying.
Is it a wisdom?
I've never done it in a friendly manner, so I just...
Wait, he's a halfling. Can he re-roll nat 20s and nat 1s?
In the opposite direction.
Sindri, go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Don't fight it. Can't help but fight it.
Okay. So Clyde is just like, as this settles down on his mind, he's just totally caught off guard and just begins to go wild, and he starts to writhe underneath you, and you're able to lock him down and hold him there, but he has now gone from like passive to terrified. Cade, is there anything you're doing in this moment?
It didn't work!
Oh god.
We can try it an hour. Again.
No, it's me again. Can I talk?
Yeah. Nothing has happened to you yet. You're just being held down.
All right. That didn't
I will
work.
cast Entangle.
Okay, is that a dexterity saving throw, right?
It's a strength saving throw
Strength
or
saving throw.
restrained.
Okay.
So
should be a disadvantage.
Oh my god.
Because you're pinned on the ground, so you're currently grappled. You have disadvantage on your auto fail.
Is it a disadvantage?
Is it disadvantage or is it auto fail? I think it's
one of the two. Because he's grappled. He's 100% grappled and pinned. So
grappled and
it does something to strength saves.
Yeah, let me.
Oh, everything was going fine until you told me not to resist.
It happens.
I don't know what happens to people when I do this.
They die.
Nothing beats Sindri going, "Don't fight it."
so does it disadvantage or does it fail?
No, it's only for strength, or only for dex checks. The strength one is for paralyzed or petrified, which he is neither. So it's just a...
It would have been if he failed the wisdom save.
I could not.
It is, in this moment, he is just fighting through everything, and these vines wrap up, and it wraps up around, probably, since it's not on your side, Cade, I'm going to need Sindri to make a strength save as well. Luckily, Jazargo rolled a natural 20, so he's just bursting through these vines as well. What's the DC on your save, Cade?
Well, those are effective.
He's good.
Okay. So yeah, Jazargo's just like, what is going on? Should we stop? Should I keep going? What? None of this is working.
Keep going.
Yell.
Clyde, I need you to calm down. You're making this a lot harder. Just
tell me. He
breathe.
did not tell me what it was going to feel like. And did you hear what he whispered?
And at that moment, Cesare just leans down and begins to hold open your eye. Clyde, roll me one more wisdom saving throw.
To me, it's very peaceful to be encased in stone. It's very relaxing. I don't understand the issue.
Finally.
So you're like trying to fight it. You're like, I know I should open my eye, but I want it closed. And so it's like, it's when the doctor shines a light in your eye and you just try to keep it open, but you just can't. And it's like going back and forth and they're trying to fight it. And it's that moment that you hear a scream in the distance. And everyone's eyes kind of pop up for a moment and look around.
Some more than others.
We're all hitting this man to the table about to take his eye out. Just what?
I'm imagining the dentist from Finding Nemo, just like, what?
And you all hear another noise, as there is something in the shadows around you. These whispers, these growls. As you all look around, uncertain, there is just this shadow that pulls out, and you can see as all of a sudden Jazargo is grabbed and pulled away from the group as he lets out a yeep and a loud scream, this high-pitched, shrill, dragon-like roar, as he is just pulled out into the darkness. And as the four of you are left, you see as Cesare automatically looks up and just, Jazargo! Help! What are the three of you doing?
I'm gonna get up and start running after him.
All right, so Sindri, you begin sprinting. You begin sprinting after the shadow. Cade, what are you doing?
I did not sign up for this. I'll run after really begrudgingly.
Quick question, did we get a short rest since the previous combat at some point?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to do anything for a short rest, you can. Because yes, it would have been enough time.
Well, just curious for resetting things. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so as we prepare for that, you guys can roll that up. But yeah, so as Sindri and Cesare and Kay just begin to sprint off into the darkness, leaving you, Clyde, all alone. How are you reacting to all of this?
Clyde. Oh, it's gonna be easy. All right, Clyde's gonna hop off and start jogging after the others because he's not want to get left here in the darkness with screaming.
Just kind of listing to one side and oh, that was a tree.
I don't think they took the eye out yet.
Nope.
Did they?
No, but he's drunk as a skunk.
Yeah. That's fine. Nah. I mean, what time is it?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's drinking time.
Drinking time.
Alright, but Clyde's gonna go after him.
Alrighty.
A little ways behind because he had to get up. And he can't see in the dark, unlike probably all these other motherfuckers.
So, Clyde, you are trying to stumble after it. Cesare is meanwhile running. Sindri, you're running ahead. Go ahead and give me a perception check, Sindri.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, there you go.
All right, so as you catch sight, you see some sort of creature. It's roughly the size of let's see. You would have seen larger direwolf type creatures in the northern mountains. This is roughly that size, like the size of a large person, and it just has Jizargo by the shoulder and is just dragging him away as it runs in towards the jungle trees. And it's maybe about 60, 70 feet away from you right now.
Okay. So could I get to him by dashing?
So in this moment, as you guys are kind of running, you can't exactly gain on this creature. It seems that this creature is faster than you, even while dragging this thing away. It seems that it's keeping pace, essentially. And so you're not able to really kind of gain on it through dashing.
Okay. I don't have a lot of range, except the one ability I just used on somebody. The only range thing I have.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Well, I have my. I'm just gonna dash then. I'm just gonna dash after him. I'm not impeded by any difficult terrain or anything, if that matters.
No, there's no difficult terrain here. It's just sprinting away. Cade, you're maybe 10 feet behind Sindri. What are you doing?
So the creature would be how far from me?
The creature is 80 feet from you.
Okay, hold on. Checking my options here. Hey, okay, I have one spell left.
Actually, one thing that is important. Oops, ignore that. Do you have dark vision? I don't believe you do.
I do. The new Genasi race, they all have dark vision.
Oh, does the new one all have dark vision? Maybe that's what I checked on.
Just Clyde's blind as a bat out here.
I also suffer from what you'd call blindness.
Yeah, I think it's half the party.
Blind buddies.
But
I also suffer from lack of vision in the dark.
It's 60 foot of dark vision, so if she's 80 feet away.
Yeah, so you at least
gotta get that devil sight.
So yeah,
as this
creature is going on, you can hear and you can see where Sindri is going. You can hear the general space of where it is. You can and you saw this creature move past you. But yeah, you don't have visual sight on it at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna throw a Hail Mary and hope this slows it down enough for us to catch up. So I'm gonna throw out a spike growth. I'm gonna try and lob it basically just kind of like right in front of where I hear all the noise.
All right, and what's the range of spike growth?
150 feet.
Okay.
And we hear another scream as Jizargo gets dragged through spikes.
Hey, he is off the ground right now and he's small.
He's not exactly off the ground. He's more so being dragged along the ground.
It's spike level.
Uses him to walk over the spike.
You just put our favorite NPC through a cheese grater.
Oh, and every PC that's going to travel through here they can't see in the dark.
Okay, so technically it says when a creature moves into or within the area, and that language on every other spell means voluntarily moves.
Yeah, but the ground is camouflaged to look natural, specifically. This creature that cannot see the area must make a wisdom.
Jizargo is not voluntarily moving anywhere currently, so
he's just getting
DM
wrecked.
choice. Do you want us to adopt a kobold or not?
Yeah, because spike growth, I think forced movement does work with spike growth.
I believe it does.
We'll find out.
But as you,
I'm hoping this will stop the creature and it won't try to keep moving.
All right. We'll give it. Let's see what Jizargo has here. Hold on. Let me see. Okay.
4 HP and a
we're going to roll a d20 here.
4 HP and a dream.
And on a 14 or higher, he's able to twist out and kind of grab onto the creature. On a 13 or lower, he's not.
Quick question, though.
Yeah.
That inspiration.
He does have
Before
inspiration.
this becomes a problem,
Yep.
the real question is, when the creature hits the spike growth, does it keep trying to move? Because if it stops, then it's not as much of an issue. If it keeps trying to move, then it's an issue.
Well, let's roll for that first.
Yeah,
Especially
so
an
does it
issue
keep
with,
trying to go through it, or does the spike growth stop the creature? Because it's like,
Yeah,
shit, this hurts.
It's especially an issue if, let's see, for every 5 feet, if 16d4 piercing doesn't phase it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because if it doesn't, by Jazargo, we needed to run anyway.
You can hear the creature have a reaction. I'll say that much in the dark. But Jazargo's still gonna roll here. Because any damage could be important here. So again, 14 or higher is what we're looking for. That's an 18.
He is riding this thing.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
He's got those abs and he like sits up.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. I need this one, and then let's move you guys all over here. And we'll go ahead and roll initiative, and that way we can get things in initiative order here. Not necessarily where everyone will be, at least right now, but it'll be a good benchmark. So you guys can go ahead and roll initiative, and then we'll handle things with that from here. And then I'll put on the dark vision for Cade, or for Sindri. Yeah, Cade and Sindri.
While you're working,
I have dark vision.
While you're
I have
working
120 feet of
Dean,
dark
how
vision.
long has Clyde?
relevant.
How long has this chase taken? Like, has it only been a little bit?
Yes,
before
it's
initiative?
only been right now. It's just this quick round before here.
Absolutely.
Alright.
Okay.
So question for you, DM. Two things. One, what's my base AC with this armor equipped?
This is not armor. This goes underneath armor.
Oh, so I don't have any armor right now.
So you do not have any armor at the moment.
Great. With that being said, can I have had any sort of infusion on it for armor, or is that not a thing?
That's a good question. I think because it doesn't count as armor, I'm gonna say no. But I'll look at that, and we might change that later because it
works for me.
I could see it going either way. But yeah, for now, let's just say no.
That's fine, because then you can treat it as two pieces. No. I got what you're going for.
Yep. And what's the 120 from, Sindri?
Oh.
What's the 120?
He has 120 feet of dark vision.
Oh yeah, yes.
Is that just a stone genasi, or is that rune fighter? Or what?
No, it's because of the stone rune I have.
Oh yeah, one of them does that.
Gotcha.
My stone rune's passive is 120 foot dark vision.
Yeah, it's real nice for if you don't have it.
Yeah, if I was a humanoid, it'd be even better because I'd have dark vision, and I'd have better dark vision than most people.
Okay.
You run into an encounter at night. I have dark vision.
It's how it all goes. It's all good.
Thank you very
And
much.
you said, Boko, you said you've got it too?
I do too.
All these
I
people
also have a
who I
stick
didn't
from
think
the
had it
liar on
and
my
now have
way.
it is the only big deal. Because Genasis didn't have it, or they didn't used to have it, but I did say they could use the new one.
Only the fire ones did before.
Yeah. But that's all good. We got that fixed. Should be ready now. Let me go ahead and add in. Of course, I can't reach them to add. There we go. Add a turn in. And so for everyone coming from the top, you will not have been where you are yet. I'm just having you on the battle map. So we'll deal with that and we'll explain. But you guys are trying to catch up to this at the moment. Okay. And then we've got 18.
Oh, I see someone measuring. Who threw that?
No watching my measurements.
Well, then hide them better.
think I need to change the color of my dice so I start rolling better. Slight change.
Yeah. Man, I've never wanted to roll worse in a D&D session.
I haven't broken 10 yet. We can trade.
No, I think I'm going to want these 20s here.
Okay.
Oh wow, I actually did pretty well in the initiative order.
What is that? Can you shift Z that token for us?
I will here in a second. And
Was I able to
the
get
spell
closer
growth
with
is
that?
a
To those that have dark
20-foot
vision, though.
radius. So let me go ahead and add that in as well.
Man, no one rolled really well on initiative.
Of course, he has an opportunity for testing.
FYI, Austin, I need 10 more feet of visible, I think.
It could be the fade
So
that
it looks
roll
like you only
20.
gave me 50.
It's probably the fade that roll 20 puts it on.
Yeah, the last 10 feet are real dark,
Gotcha.
but you can technically see.
I gotta say, like the
It
first
shouldn't matter
like
much for this
1
one.
foot and onward are pretty dark on my end. So
I'll say my screen's black. So
Okay, 20 feet. See, save change.
Running blindly through the forest drunk. I'm coming!
I was planning to lose an eyeball tonight, not fight.
It happens.
And yet you fought me
Okay.
trying to help you remove an eyeball, so here we are.
Don't tell me not to fight. It makes me instinctually need to fight it.
Okay.
I gave you the comforting feeling of being embraced by the earth. I don't know what the problem is.
So as this creature has run into here and has taken that, let's see, 5, 10.
My D4 do I need to roll?
Ignorance is such bliss
64
right
for
now.
me.
Okay.
Oh. Kill it. Kill it dead. But not just Argo. Oh, damn!
20 points of damage. That was a lot of 4s.
Very, very nice. All right. And
Oh,
Cade,
Argo.
It's kind of nuts.
Rip.
as you're chasing after this thing on the beach, you just hear as it hits the spike growth and shifts, and you can hear kind of a shifting angle. What are you doing?
I'll run forward. Okay. Was I 80 feet from it to begin with? Because, like, I'm trying to make sure that I had all my distances right.
Yes, you should be.
Yeah. Okay. So, if I move 30 feet forward, I should be 50 feet from it?
Correct. And that should be where you're at.
I don't see it
There
on
you
the map, which means that my distance is probably off.
Let's see. 30. Oh, you were. Hold on. 1 second. Oh, because it had its turn and it ran already. That's why.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're more than. Yep.
Okay, so I can't quite see it, but I heard it screaming, as it clearly hit the spike growth. I guess I will... I will bonus action, assume my Archer constellations again.
Alrighty.
And then, just so you're aware, I am now lit up. So
hey yo.
I start to
She lit.
glimmer, and the Archer constellation forms across my body, and I shed bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet.
Awesome.
So I'm a nice shiny beacon for the blind people to find.
Thank you. Very nice.
Since I can't clearly see it yet, I will actually go ahead and action dash forward again 30 feet.
Okay.
Okay. And then that will be my turn.
Alrighty. And that will bring us to Sindri. Look at this. These initiatives actually make sense.
Since I dashed previously, could I have been further ahead than the person that cast the spell?
Yes, actually. You're right, because you and Cesare should be, what, like 30 feet further? What is that? Right around there ish.
Okay. Alright. I will dash up to the doggy. How big is the dog?
Dog.
It is about 3 or 4 times as big as you are.
Alright. Challenge. Well, I am a giant, so he can't be that big.
Are you?
I'm going to dash again. Is he taking up the 4 spaces, right?
He's just slightly larger than 1 space.
Okay. I'm going to dash up right next to him.
Okay.
And as I approach, for Cade that is not too far, you hear like kind of the light little steps of me, and they get heavier and heavier as I run forward. And as I get closer, I keep getting bigger and bigger. And I'm going to, as I stand up, and I'm now 14 feet tall, towering over this dog, I'm going to reach behind me and grab my maul, and just in a low baritone voice, let him go, and just pull my maul out and look down at the dog.
All right, as this creature is not even really registering quite that you're there. But now that you get a better look at it this close, Sindri, you can see that this creature, it doesn't have any eyes. The creature itself is just this lithe hound with these spikes coming off of its back, and it has this big open mouth with these sharp teeth. And as it actually growls, you see as 2 other mouths below open up as well to form these 3 mouths, one of which is just clamped around Jazargo's shoulder. As it is still just moving quickly as you're just kind of running alongside it at the moment. And that brings us to Gale. Gale, you are still trying to, again, you guys up at the top, you're not quite on the map yet, so you're still headed in the direction of this sound.
Okay, well I guess I'm going to move as far as I can without dashing towards the sound, so I guess I can kind of see Cade after her spell, so I'll move in her general direction as far as I can, the full 30 feet. So
yep.
Let's see.
So again, you're not on the map, but with a dash action, you get to where you start. So here, let me go ahead and move the ones that haven't acted back here. So yeah, with the dash, you're essentially able to get up onto the map here. And so you'll be able to see the map next turn, if that makes sense. Because you guys are coming from the camp, so it's taking you some time to get there.
Roger that. Okay, and then that's going to be my action for the turn. Yeah, yep. I guess I'll just dash to get there. And then can I use a bonus action actually to use my second wind? Since we did that short rest, I should have that back if I'm right.
Yeah, did your short rest, did you not spend any hit dice to heal on the short rest?
No, I did not.
Bree, do you want to help him use the hit dice to heal up? Cool. All right, then I'm going to keep it moving. Clyde.
Clyde is cursing up a storm running through this dark woods, and is it going to be a bonus action or an action for him to light his lamp?
I think that's just an object interaction. What are you lighting it with? Actually, that'll be a good point.
Well, I should have a tender.
Prestidigitation.
Nah, nice. That ain't what we got. Yeah, it's a tender box. Just
okay, yeah, then it's just an object interaction to just strike the tender box.
With how drunk he is, he probably shouldn't be operating flame.
That's what I need to see.
That is a good point. Go ahead and make me a dexterity, just a general dexterity check as you're doing this.
Dex.
Oh, no. Oh.
17.
All right, yeah, so you're, again, the alcohol hasn't completely affected you as much as you had wanted it to. It was more in the spirit of it than it'll actually affect Clyde. So yeah, you strike it up and get that lantern going.
All right, it is 15 feet bright and 30 feet dim.
Alrighty.
Additional.
Yep.
So it's 45 feet total. And then Clyde is still cursing up a storm, he's going to dash and move his maximum 50 feet. With his little legs. Alright, how do I do this? Well, I'll figure that out. It was something like right there.
Alrighty.
Yeah. And that's all Clyde's gonna do, because that's all Clyde can do.
Alright, and Cesare is going to begin. Let's see, he is rushing up first, so with his 25, he'll get over here, and then let's see, does he have anything that he can reach out for? Yeah, he is just going to kind of look over at one of the nearby rocks on the ground and just kind of sends it up into the air, flying at this creature. And so it'll need to make a dex save, which it does pass. And so there's just this rock that goes flying past the creature and is not able to hit, as it is just pulling along Jazargo and running with Sindri in this moment. And Roland, you using your action to get onto the map as well?
So I have cunning actions, so
I
would have been using bonus action to dash, and if I don't see anything, action to dash.
And you see anything.
So yeah,
I would be able to see Cade light up, and then I would also be able to see.
Yeah, then just with your movement, you're probably right there on this turn. So you still have your action and bonus action as you would like to use.
Okay, cool. To get to where I'm at right now. In that case, I can see where the lantern light is and the direction that they are running. So I will go ahead and bonus action. You said my bonus still this round?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna hide and get my rifle ready. Just kind of like take a position behind a rock or a bush, and I see the direction they're running. I'm gonna see if I can drop sights on whatever they're running at.
Alrighty. So you kind of move over here to get behind one of his trees. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check. Yeah, so you just blend right into the darkness of the trees.
Yeah.
And you're looking around for what they're looking at, seeing if you can get a beat on it. Is that right?
Yep. I have my eye kind of towards the direction they're running, waiting for them to bring the light.
And
I think let me see if. Yeah, that's a bonus action, so I used my bonus action to hide, so I can't activate the thing. So I guess I will hold my action to shoot a clear enemy once it comes within view.
Okay. And I will say that while you can't see it yet, you can hear something in the woods to your right. Or to the west on here.
I can't tell by sound how far away it is, so I'm still going to be doing the hide and wait for them to bring forth the light.
All right.
Nah, just take some shots into the dark.
Just here.
Don't shoot me.
Right. So, in theory, she moved 80 feet if she's dashing.
Yep. Again, similar to Roland, with just your movement on this turn, you can get there. So you still have your action and bonus action.
Oh, okay. Okay, I don't see anything yet. Does she also happen to hear any rustling in that direction?
Yes.
I do believe her
for sure.
passive's not great, but
I think your passive
Okay.
should be high enough. These things are not
14?
exactly quiet. Yeah, you definitely hear it.
okay. Okie doke. And is it reasonable that she saw everyone kind of heading in this general direction?
Yes, you can see the lights lighting and moving as they're going.
Dope. Then I think she will move a little bit closer, but we might move kind of in a different direction. We're going to kind of just start by moving back here and just kind of pop out of the sand and beyond the trees down here. And doing a dash as her action.
Alrighty.
And we'll wait and see what creature comes.
Okay. And that brings us to Boko. Boko, I don't think you have a way of speeding up your speed, anything other than normal? Alright. So using your action dash to get onto the map?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, that'll pull you in about right in front of Gale to get that dash. Thishalt.
Sorry, one other question. If I don't have the armor apparently made, does that mean I cannot use Hydro Valve? Like, I can use the abilities that come with the undersuit, but I wouldn't be able to use Hydro Valve stuff then?
Yes, not yet. That should be remedied quickly. But yeah, the suit hasn't been made yet.
Cool, makes sense. And I can, I guess, see stuff in the light, but I haven't, like, seen any enemies, it doesn't look like.
Nope, you've just heard screams. You're just trying to figure out what's going on.
Alright, well, there is only one thing to do. Let's see. Perfect. Alright, well, I gotta get over there.
Yeah, same thing for you. It should be your action to get on the screen. I forgot about that. Do you have any bonus actions that you want to do?
Well, I certainly do. I gotta get there quickly before the action goes away. So I will be expeditiously retreating forward.
Alrighty.
The enemy is in front of us, behind us, to the left of us, and to the right of us. We can attack in any direction.
Yeah, and I'd say as you were doing this, you would have been able to cast that. So similar to everyone else, then you would have actually gotten here with just your movement. So
excellent.
A bonus action, you can trigger that expeditious retreat, and you still have your action.
All right, good. That means I should be able to move 30 feet here. That I think's feet. And just run up next and just prepare to be amazed. Where's the danger?
Alrighty, and then it gets to be Jazargo's turn, and he, let's see, is this? I don't think this actually works for that. Oh, but this one might. But he is currently having issues with that.
BM, will you shift the map up just a little bit so that they can see everybody coming in?
Oh, I will try.
Potentially.
That should be better, hopefully. No, that doesn't work either. Yeah, so he is just going to try at least something similar. And see if he can do anything about this, as he is pretty weak in this moment. He's actually going to toss out a grease and see if he can slow this thing down. Yeah, because that takes a minute. Okay, so with grease, I believe it's a dexterity save. Yes.
Yes, because lube makes everything go slower.
It's mostly trying to make it fall, not slowing it down, literally.
Yep.
But yeah, as he casts out this, and you see a bit of grease fly out in front of this creature, and unfortunately in front of Sindri as well. The creature is able to just kind of dodge around it, stepping through and jumping over the puddle as it continues to run with Sindri. And Sindri, why don't you go ahead and also roll me a dexterity save as this is coming out.
Okay. My ability to ignore difficult terrain wouldn't ignore this, would it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So it does ignore part of it because it does have difficult terrain with it, but it doesn't ignore the falling problem.
Okay. Well, nope.
Ooh.
Gonna fall.
So, Sindri, you come up and towards this creature and begin to just swing out with your maul. And you know what? We'll give it a chance. You're giant.
It's 14 feet.
Yeah, you fall towards it and do kind of slam towards the creature. It does a little bit, and you're still within its range. It can't quite get away from you. And for the moment, it just kind of turns, and you see as those mouths all kind of rile up and the spikes kind of shiver as it gives a growl out. And you see from the darkness around you, two more begin to kind of jog up next to it and form this pack that is facing off against you. And it just begins to chomp down once again on Jizargo that it has in its mouth. And oh, that's not good.
Ooh, never is.
There's a pack?
There is a pack.
I signed up for one. We may have just given up our kobold snack.
That's too bad.
Well, that's fine. Can't see the 3 yet. Can't even see the 1.
I just hear them.
As it chomps down, they are going to rush forward. And one of them is going to rush up to Cade, and the other up to Cesare, as these things just charge out of the darkness, these shadows, just with that same growl. And
As one rushes towards Cade, it comes into view, and Roland will take a sniper shot at it.
All right, go for it.
So am I hidden from it since I'm not in the light and I used the stealthing?
You are indeed.
I don't like how there's so many of these. No thank you.
As there are 2 more that come out from the other side chasing after Jasira and one jogging after Clyde now. And you can roll me that shot.
Let's see if this works. Oh my gosh, are you freaking kidding me? Even with advantage?
Yeah, unfortunately with that shot, these things are just rushing forward, and as soon as you see it, you kind of track it and fire, but it's already kind of ripped by and tore at Cade. And so we'll do our rolls for Cade here. That's going to hit.
All right, Clyde would like to silvery barbs, so please re-roll that.
On the one against Cade?
Yep.
All right, so you just toss out this magic that wraps around and kind of hits the creature in its face as it's about to collide. And it does come down. Let's see. Yeah, that one will still hit, unfortunately. And so, Cade, you are going to take 7 points of piercing damage from this creature. And I do need you to make me a strength saving throw. The one against Jasira does miss. And the one on Clyde is just chasing after Clyde at the moment.
Yeah, something's weird with my token. It doesn't let me click on it to adjust my health anymore, but I'll just do it from my character sheet.
Do you have your ruler selected?
Yeah, it should all be linked though. Yeah, it looks like it popped up. Cool.
I didn't update on my end, so if you guys can see that it's updated, that's cool.
Weird. I don't know why Roll20 works the way it does sometimes, but oh well. All right. But Cade, it is your turn
that would
now.
be a no.
When it ran by, would I have been able to get an attack of opportunity on it?
No, they didn't run close enough by. They kind of came on the sides and kind of surrounded you, and so you kind of like swung out from the ground, but they just weren't quite close enough. And
So then the one ran through the spike growth?
Do you have range?
I don't, but the spike growth right to the left of me.
Yeah, so it's running
one
like...
came up to the right, one came up to the left.
Yep. It clipped that and took the first 2, which I think was 5. Yeah, it took the 5, but just kind of like angled off of it.
Okay. Unless my hammer has range, I don't know.
It shouldn't, no.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It does once.
This is true. So Cade, you are knocked down by this creature and knocked prone onto the ground as it just runs by and just knocks you over. And you see that Cesare, as he's hit, he's actually grappled in the claws of that one. And it is your turn.
I use half my movement to stand up.
Good start.
Yeah, always a good start. I will use my action to disengage.
Alrighty.
And just get a little space between myself and the creature, so myself. And then I will bonus action take a shot at it.
Go for it. That'll hit.
23 hits. Cool.
Yeah. I'm jealous.
8 radiant damage.
8 radiant damage. Very nice. As you send this just fire or fiery bolt out towards this creature, as the constellation just alights and fires off, it just wraps it in a momentary glow before it fades out. And I believe that will bring us to Sindri.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to stand up, which I think I can just do without any issue.
Yep, just half your movement.
All right. I don't know about the oil. That's what I was wondering.
Are you against difficult terrain?
Is it when you move, or is it when you start?
No, enter or end. So only if you stay there at the end of your turn.
Well, don't do that.
What area does it take? What area is the oil?
It's like right underneath you. I'll mark it here. But it's literally like right...
It's not very big range.
Here.
Okay. I am going to smack the puppy.
Go for it.
You monster!
Now that you've said that, I'm going to start shooting you.
How could you do this?
It's like when your dog has something important in its mouth. It's like, jumping!
Oh, smack that puppy.
Yeah, crush that dog.
I stand up, just
Push that cat.
Put him down.
And now we get to figure out what kids do.
And the 70-pound maul just goes right into the center of his back. And it's going to hurt.
All right, go and roll me that damage.
Spit it out.
And that's 3. Yeah.
27.
As you slam down on this creature's spine, it just gives a and then just falls over unmoving.
Oh my god.
Man, I wish I could see it.
Crunch its health out.
No one will ever believe you.
Jazargo is awake.
And Jazargo is laying down, still in the claw or in the teeth of this creature.
Alright, can I, as a bonus action, like, reach down and pull him out of the mouth?
You can.
Because he's a small creature, right?
He is a small creature.
Yeah, I can pick him up without even difficulty to my movement. It's great.
You kind of reach down and pick him up.
Alright, I'm going to pick him up. Are you okay? Just, like, in my hand.
There is no response.
Oh.
Alright, I'm going to... Yes. I will move over here and put him down.
He was a big boy.
That's a big token.
Yeah, by the moons, he was a giant.
I'm just going to run over there, holding him, like, under my arm, and, like, lay him down next to Cade. I got him.
On the appearance of something very, very large that he doesn't recognize, carrying something that he does recognize and likes, Roland will shoot Sindri.
Nat 20.
No, I'm joking.
I am then going to... I think that was 25 feet of my movement. That was there, so... Yeah, 20. Okay, so then from there, I'm going to move... after laying him down, I'm going to move towards this one over here.
Alrighty.
And And
Not interpose yourself between the unconscious corpse and your friend.
Nope.
Well,
Nope.
oh wait, I forgot that one's there. He would be able to see that, so
Yep.
yeah, that was close enough. He would have seen it attack you. So okay, that would actually make more sense. He will move forward today, and then he'll end his turn. And just looked very angry, which you've never seen him look angry because he's a very happy child.
Very happy child, very angry giant.
Yes.
All right, that'll bring us to Gale. Gale, you are now on the map and can see what you can see.
All right, can you hear me?
Yep.
Now we can.
Wait. All right. Okay. So. Okay. And the one that went after. Sorry, did I interrupt somebody?
Nope.
No. I interrupted you. My bad.
Oh, you're good. You're good. So, I guess just from what I can see, the dog that went after Jazeera last round missed. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, sweet. So I might try to move down. So the ranges on my pistols are 30 and 60, which means anything outside that 30-foot range, I'm shooting at disadvantage, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, sweet. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do some measuring here real quick. If I move down here, and then that's 30, that'd be 30. Okay, I might actually move down into the trees here. Let's see. I'll use all my movement to move down in here, so I'm not maybe angling at anybody where if I misfire, I might hit somebody. So I will go down here, and then I will take a shot at probably the one next to Clyde, because I see another one on the other side of him too. So
I'll say which one.
The one on the right of you. Yeah, the one that one right there.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and do this. Oh wait,
That will hit. Go to roll damage.
cool.
8. Very nice.
Okay.
Anything else?
I bet that doesn't kill it, does it?
No, it does not. Doesn't even seem to slow it down.
Cool. Okay. Well then, that's my action. I'm assuming I can't use. Could I use action surge and have an action ready from that? Is that a thing that will fly?
You could, or you can use action surge to make another shot immediately.
Yeah. I'm just worried about the one I got kind of close to. I just don't want it moving any closer.
Yeah,
to me.
if you want to action surge and hold an action, that is totally something you can do.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll action surge and then I'll hold an action. I'll hold a shot ready just in case the one that is close to Jazeera decides it wants to chew on me instead.
Alrighty.
Are you saying you look tastier than Jazeera?
Maybe.
Clyde.
Oh,
It's the hat.
I see
It's the hat.
Woo! Clyde, what are you doing?
Clyde, seeing that this is a real shitty situation, is going to move 10 feet. If I can figure it out, 10 feet this way. Hit this one with his whip.
Man, puppy.
Excuse me, what?
You heard me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Extra
6 damage.
kinky.
And then Clyde will do what he was wanting to do with this and spend his last 15 movement to run behind Sentry.
Through Sentry's legs.
Yes, and Little. Perfect. And I'm
giant
pretty happy
14
right here.
foot
Thank you.
of your friend or acquaintance.
All right, as you kind of send out this whip, you see that it wraps around and it actually cuts in at the neck of this creature. And you see a large gash open up, and it gives a heavy yelp and changes up its trajectory. It was kind of chasing after you and now kind of turns.
Clyde's got to work off some aggression. We'll see if it comes back to bite him.
Relax enough to take the sleeping pill.
And Roland, that'll bring us to you.
Okay. Jazargo is down.
He is down on the ground, unmoving.
Here's hasn't been doing much damage, so the cleric is going to kick in a little bit. It's exactly 30 feet to get to here. I measured it previously.
Okay.
Holy shit, where'd you come from?
Out of the darkness.
No time for that. I do it. And then we'll reach down and, debating slightly and looking around at everyone else, he's going to trace a quick sigil over Jazargo's body and cast Spare the Dying. Just to make sure he stabilizes if he's at 0. But that last healing spell is for probably himself.
Alrighty.
And then bonus action. These puppers are a little too close, so he's going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 run back away.
He's out of here.
Yeah, you're outside of Clyde's vision. You're gone.
I'm here to help.
You're it.
Spare the die.
See you later.
Yeah, just approach. Don't die. Leave.
It happens.
Guardian Angel.
Alrighty.
But that is the absolute extent of what Roland can do.
Alright, Jasira.
Here we go. So a quick question. Because I was reading on the interwebs that apparently Ki only regenerates on a short rest if she's meditating. So therefore, should I assume I only have the Ki I had after the last battle?
We did a short
my one
rest
key point left.
before we all went to bed.
You had time throughout the day to take a short rest. Everybody was able to get in a full short rest. Whatever that looks like.
Then I will assume I got my 3 back, and I will be more than happy to kick this monster puppy's ass. So we will use Flurry of Blows preemptively. I just got a feeling, and yeah, we're gonna do a 1-2 jab. I think we're gonna just kind of,
1-2, buckle its shoe
through the stomach.
All right, go for it.
See what happens.
It's not where I wear shoes, but sure.
Each its own.
That hits.
And then it's getting worse.
The 15 and 13 do not, but the 23 does.
Okay, that's fair. We will get whopping 5 points of damage.
5 points. Yeah, this thing shrugs it off as if it's nothing, and you just kind of punch into it, and it's not a plate. It's like a leathery skin, but it just slides right off, and the creature's, again, it's 3 mouths kind of opening up towards you. Anything else, Jasir?
There's 3 mouths.
Yep.
I missed that detail. That's great.
Yeah, there's 1 main mouth and then 2 nestled underneath.
Super. Yeah, I think for right now she is fine, just kind of staring it off and keeping it engaged. Yeah, just to kind of keep it away from the others.
Alrighty. Then that brings us to Boko.
Boko is going to rush in towards the nearest thing he can find. And as he rushes in sort of the periphery, he sees the small gnome holding the lantern. He's going to yell, "This is a very strange medical problem to have." And he's going to kick the shit out of this. Strange. So he is going to
perturbed over in his little corner now.
Yeah, stride in and just with the stride bring the foot all the way through, and he's just going to try to hit it with his leg. See if he can manage to. 17?
That will just barely hit.
Oh.
Barely. Oof.
Hit for a 9, and then he is... How's this thing looking?
Currently it seems to be doing all right.
Then he is going to circle around using the last 5 feet of his movement, and he's going to try an offhand attack with his knife.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
Oh my
That's pretty good. And
Okay.
I'm going to try one special thing here. As Boko spins around now, sort of across from Jasira. He draws this knife out, and as he cocks it back, it begins to glow this strange purple, and he just, with like inhuman speed, punctures this thing, leaving this sort of purple flame that spreads across it. And he's going to imbue just a little extra of his health into this attack. So for the knife, that's pretty good. And then he's going to roll some hit dice here.
Damn.
Damn.
I think that's right out of my vision too, unless it produces light.
Yeah, no, I can't see that. That didn't happen.
Me either. I have no reason
now
to
you
be
can
any
see
more
because
quizzy
he's-
or suspicious.
I can't. Damn, Jasira just kicked the absolute shit
Yeah.
out of his dog.
She just like sneered at it from underneath the mask, and it went and dropped dead.
And it takes half that, right?
It will take half that. I don't know if you want me to roll it twice because it's a crit. I don't know if that actually counts or if that's separate damage. But
Yeah. So the crit on the hit dice is just max. But since it is a crit, it goes straight to its health rather than its stamina. And so you cut in and puncture up right into the jugular, and you see as this purplish blood just begins to pulse out of it. And it is not looking happy after that, and automatically you can see it starting to want to get away. Thishalt.
Just to hear the kind of the whoosh getting next to me, just probably see for a split second. The hell was that? Just hear the dog noises. All right. Well, Jasira, you seem to have that taken care of. I'll just
Time for more testing.
Exactly. So I am going
just
to
out of your vision. That's so funny.
It really is, and okay, don't worry, I'll have words later. But
just out of everyone's vision, but Jasira's.
So let's see. I can move there if I bonus action dash. But the question is, so for Hydro Cannon, can I use? Two questions. If I hit the same target, does it do 2d6 twice? Or is it literally it's one or two targets and it does the same damage either way?
No, yeah, you can hit the same target, I believe, with that one.
Okay, cool.
For
No,
what side
it
does.
didn't say that on there. So, second thing is, do I have to expend Hydro to use those abilities? I would
No,
assume
those ones are separate.
Oh, okay, cool. In that case, I'm going to run up here, and sum up next to Cinder using dash as my bonus action. Just look over. Oh, it seems that you all have a. Oh, good lord, you are a giant.
As this creature is being pulled, you see that the gnome is also significantly larger, now about the size of a human, if not a little bit bigger, about 7 or 8 feet tall.
What the hell? Question: how many of you all are giants? You can answer that later.
But he is being pulled away by this other creature.
You see now. Well, we gotta fix that. I'm gonna aim both cannons forward. Now, prepare to be amazed. I'm going to fire Hydro Cannon twice at it.
Go for it.
Alright, let's see if I actually hit with this.
Steam is the power of the future.
Hey, I'm trying. Come on, character sheet. Let's show up to the party here. Okay. Just gonna try loading that again. Oh, there we go. I don't know why it didn't work the first time. Alright, let's go. Those. Hope this works. 1 and 2, maybe? Where's my second one? Dang it! Oh! Stupid thing!
As long as it doesn't like stick fire and you go, what the hell?
Well, at least the left works.
Yeah, so actually let me see. Okay. Go ahead and roll me the 2d6 from the first one.
Alright. Go!
Holy
Oh, yes.
Wait. I don't think it should have your intelligence on there.
Am I not?
Actually, no. No, I think that is right because it's just a weapon attack. And I think did it specify that
it says
it
ranged
uses
spell attack. That's why I asked, because it adds the spell. I think it adds spell, which is +2.
So if it's, I forget what I put on this one. If it's just a ranged spell attack, then it's just the 2d6 because I think this is based off of just the
cool. I will
searing
go
bolt or whatever it is,
that.
the fire one. But yeah, I think it's just the 11, but still.
That's firebolt on the way? Oh, no, whatever.
All
I will
right.
go at it.
So you launch one of these at the creature and just spray up it, and just the force that impacts, it's like a power wash. It just pushes straight into this creature and kind of knocks it off. And the second one, you kind of aim at it, but the creature, as it's knocked off, just twists the body of Cesare into it, and Cesare will take the blunt of the second one. And
oh, crap.
He still is up, though.
All right, that's good. I at least hope.
Anything else?
So wait, the second cannon did fire, and it just hit him?
Yep, it did.
All right, well, I'm just going to look at the right cannon. All right, slight delay on this one still. Just, don't worry, I will fix it. All right, but that's it. I'm just going to stand here, kind of help to keep around Zargo here.
Alrighty. And that will bring us to Tove, who is going to come up and help, and kind of pulls out the 2 daggers and brandishes them towards the creature. The first one landing with a hit, the second one missing. And that will just do 6 points. And then it will be the creature's turn. Surrounded, these creatures will begin to take off and rush away. And let's see. This one is going to also grab onto Cesare, and the 2 of them are going to begin to chase off into the woods. And between the 2 of them, it is quite fast, as one of them is just kind of grabbing onto his leg, one of them onto his arm, as they pull even his larger form now away off into the woods. It does make it a little bit difficult, so he will have to... Grease is concentration, isn't it? No, it's not. Never mind. Yep, so it's still up, so he'll have to make the deck save, which he passes. So they're good, and they get into the edge of the woods, sprinting away. And let's see. Yeah, so they'll be out just off the edge of the map, but I'll leave them there for now. And then
so they aren't visible anymore within the lantern light.
So probably not within the lantern light here. Let me move them up onto the edge.
It's alright, we got you, Zargo. This is fine.
And then these 2
Fair.
are gonna try and take whichever one that they can.
Oh no.
Yeah, so they're gonna go after everybody's in groups except for Roland, and Roland hasn't been touched, so they're just gonna go after both of them, running at the main group and trying to pick up the scraps.
No!
Yeah. And they grab Zargo's body between the 2 of them.
When that bitch leaves, can I get an opportunity attack?
You swing
Do
out.
they elicit those?
So you do. You swing out at them, but they are just moving too fast at this moment. They have taken the disengage action, and they are just sprinting away. And so they just weave past all of you, dodging the attacks and beginning to drag the body away. These ones do not make it quite as far. Let me see.
No.
That one's almost dead, though. The one that was by us.
We can only hope.
Hopefully.
I should have kept holding him.
They do make it a little...
I left them at the feet of the healer. It did not work well.
All right. And quickly, as they are retreating off, you guys have just a moment to try and do something. Cade.
Which one looked the most hurt of Jazargo, left or right?
You can't really tell in this quick moment.
Okay. Fine. We'll go
Fireball.
No.
Fireball.
Actually, no. I lied, because one of them is just pulsing out blood from Boko's strike. It's definitely the right one. I lied on that.
Okay, cool. We'll action acid splash him.
Rip Jazargo.
No, acid splash is it's one creature.
Dexterity save?
Yes.
All right. I believe that is a pass, but what's your spell save?
13.
Yeah.
So low at this level.
That's a pass.
Okay, fine. Bonus action archery shot.
All right, go and make an attack roll.
A doggy.
That will hit.
Okay. 9 radiant damage.
Okay. Sindri.
Alright, is the one that just got hit still alive?
Yep.
Alright, I am going to run up all the way up there to them. And I'm going to hit the one that just was hit by Cade.
All right, go for it.
Puppy golf.
All right. Ooh. Bad swing.
Yep,
14.
that one does not hit, unfortunately.
All right, I am going to use action surge, and I am just going to run up and kind of like wrap around Zargo.
Try and grapple Jazargo?
Yes, but like a full body, like I'm gonna go prone and have him like under me. Because I assume he's like between them, and I'm just gonna like boom.
He is, but at the speed this is happening, we'll just treat it as a typical grapple.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll me in athletics, and it will be versus their resist. Oh goodness!
All right.
Hopefully that was a good or goodness.
Maybe.
No, they did a natural 19, and so unfortunately they are just too
Alright,
fast.
silvery
You're running
barbs.
after them. But okay, silvery barb. Are they within? Yeah, they are within range.
Hey,
Hell yes.
That's a natural 9.
Whip cracks out at them.
Yes.
That is a natural 9. And so you just go and dive onto them, and at first you're not going to make it, and then this bit of silver energy just trips up, just brings the vines up just enough for them to stumble, and you grab onto the back half of Jazargo, and they are pulling you and Jazargo in the moment, and we'll see how that plays out. Gale.
They're pulling me? I weigh like 3,000 pounds. How the fuck are they pulling me?
some strong ass dogs.
Pulling as in they haven't let go yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're like dragging me across the ground. I'm like,
No,
excuse me.
it's not their turn yet. But yeah, you have grabbed onto the back half of Jazargo.
Okay.
Gale, what are you doing? Anything in this moment as these creatures are running off back into the darkness?
Don't love the idea of taking a shot over there if Sindri is so darn close in there, because I imagine if I roll low enough, I might hit him, right?
There's a
You can take
chance.
it.
Bullet or
I'm
two.
fine. Actually, can bonus action cast Blade Ward for my turn, if that is possible.
I'll allow it, but in the future you got to do that on your turn before we move on. But I think I
forgot.
moved on a little quick. But yeah, Gale, are you taking the shot, or are you feeling hesitant about it? What
We're
would he
going to
do?
go ahead and move 30 feet to the left, and I will go ahead, and that should put me within range to take it without disadvantage. So
Yep.
we'll go ahead and do that. Great. I want to move.
Ooh, actually, that might be just within. Oh no, it is. Yeah, you're good.
Sweet. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that then. Oh, boy.
Damn.
What's up?
So many nap
Fucking hell.
Go ahead and roll it.
Ooh,
Alright,
that
I'll
one
take that.
brings out.
Oh, DM, I'm sorry, but at Silvery Barb, Sindri is going to get that bonus.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. So yeah, you just hear a crack as the pistol lets out, and you fire straight into the back of this creature's head as it's kind of held up by Sindri, right around
That's
the area.
one that already
it's like-
got crit too, isn't it?
Yep. But it's still up. The crit's unfortunately a little low. And that'll bring us to Clyde.
Clyde's going to move 20 feet up, hit this thing with his
That's a
whip.
bonus action.
See that whip. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does not, unfortunately.
Ooh.
All right, then Jazargo is going to get a healing word. That'll be my last first level spell. Actually, nah, fuck it. I'll burn my second level spell. So 2d4
Alrighty.
plus my spellcasting ability modifier.
You are a better healer than I.
Go ahead and roll that.
Okay, so it's 2d4.
And then Cade,
plus
apparently.
3, yeah.
And Roland, it's up to you.
All right, 9 HP to Jazargo.
Awesome.
I would imagine, as a cleric, I would recognize the spell Healing Word.
Yes.
Does it appear to have had an effect?
Yeah.
Did I heal a corpse?
Yes. No, it does appear to have effect. You hear kind of a coughing and a response as the creature does seem to be alive.
Then bonus action, we are going to brace against this rock that I'm up against and hide. So let me get you that stealth check. Oh, it shouldn't be advantage. Damn it. That's only a 14.
Alrighty.
Do I get advantage on the strike?
No, their perception is higher than that. They're passive.
Okay. So I'll go down to normal then. And fire again at the one that should be fucking dead 6 times over by now. And miss.
Oh my goodness.
This is why I gave up and just grappled. He's not going down.
Hold on, who has our inspiration? Do you have the inspiration for this?
Oh, I do have
it.
it.
You do.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's burn it. Let's go.
Go
I'm
for
gonna burn
it.
that and roll again.
Shoot it in the face.
For a lower roll.
This inspiration, we're trying to use it, but man, it keeps coming up nothing. All right, Jasira.
Wasted another bullet.
No, it's just a single bullet.
Oh, okay.
It's not 2 shots.
No, I know, but like it wasn't 2 shots, but it was 1 shot, which means 1 more bullet wasted.
Jasira.
Oof. Need to go back to my fucking daggers. Apparently those work.
Old-fashioned stabby stab.
So, let's see here. I do believe if the pain in the ass is still up, we can get to him in time.
You can.
Try to punch him. Yeah. We are going to punch him as many times as it takes. Ideally, I'll do more than 5 damage, but we'll find out. Okay, that should hit. That should hit. And then we'll do flurry of blows just in case. But we'll find out.
How many
Every
times
single
have we
person has crit more times than I've hit at this point.
She.
Gotta die. Okay.
I have a
Okay,
crit.
does it die?
Let's
Do it go.
see.
Come on.
Hope so.
Oh my
Goodness.
Come on, Austin. Good vibes only.
So, what is that?
Don't do this.
It's
I
still up. It's still moving barely.
Oh my God. Well, I feel even better about being the only one who's killed one in 1 blow. Everyone else just can't take 1 down.
It's crazy how close this is. But yeah, you crack it twice in the face, and this is the one time where it's a downside of how we're doing crits. But yeah, you crack it twice in the face, and actually, you know what? For this one, in this circumstance, the way that it is, I will kind of adjust here. Since it literally has 1 health and 1 stamina, and will allow the crit to hit this time.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Yeah, because you always have the option to shift those. Just for future reference, you can always, I think so. You can always do the damage to stamina. It's not the regular crit doesn't do the double damage, but rather than hitting health, you can hit stamina. So in this case, just here, how do you want to do this?
It has 3 mouths, so ideally, we're gonna go 1 for, I guess, the mid face, 1 a little bit lower towards what might be a throat, and I want to do with a 3rd that goes like straight through the lowest mouth. I don't know. I don't understand their biology. I just punch it through, and
yeah, you just punch, and you hear the jaw crack and snap as it just crumples down to the ground, and is unmoving. Still technically breathing, but
and then I guess quick question, how immediately do I need to use my tools if I want to do something about that later? Does that have to be immediate, or can it be in like
I think
once
it's
some
part
bitches leave?
I think it just happens as part of knocking a creature to 0.
All right.
It is 0
Well,
health though,
I
so
also
in this
know.
situation it's still at 0 stamina. So since we had to do the attack onto stamina, it's not technically at 0 health. So it's still breathing. It's just down on the ground, unmoving. It's incapacitated, I believe.
So could I step on its throat or something? Or can I
Yeah, on your next turn, absolutely.
All right. She's just gonna guard and say, "This one's mine."
There's no curb. It's the beach.
Fine, I don't care. She's over here like, "This one's mine."
Okay, Boko, it's up to you.
Boko is going to dash around Tove here. Let's see if this will make it. I think I'm gonna have to go on a more straight path here. I have to go like this, past Gale. And I have just enough to reach this thing. Boko is going to take that prosthetic arm and lash out this long extension of it, try to wrap this thing up and yank it back towards him. He's gonna go for Thorn Whip.
Ooh.
It's gotta make a strength save.
It's a hit first, right?
I think
I think it is a hit.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Make a melee spell attack. Yeah.
Oh,
so unfortunately, an 8 does
Is it
miss.
cantrip, right? Yeah, because it's got to be shitty.
Damn it!
Great idea, but not
that
quite.
was worth a shot.
We cannot hit these creatures.
Yeah.
I was hoping the strength was gonna do it.
Vishal, anything from you?
Does Sentry have a free hand?
Sindri? No, he has both hands around the maul.
Dang
Actually, I mean, technically, he's kind of using it and wrapped around Jazargo at the moment, too.
That's unfortunate. All right.
I'm very big, so
True.
if that helps whatever you're trying to do.
Not particularly. All right, let me see. Okay, can I see? Sorry, is this Cesare?
Cesare.
Or Caesar?
Yeah.
Or is it Caesar?
Cesare. Yeah.
Okay. Can I see them, like the dogs and Cesare, or are they like, now the lance has moved up a bit?
They're in the light.
Yeah.
Are they?
Well, they're at the edge of the map. And
you would just barely be able to catch sight of them because Kate is there. Let's see.
Well, I have another 10 feet past the map, or 20 feet past the map of light.
Yeah, they're about 60 feet away from you, Thashalt, because they're like right on the edge of where the map is.
So you should be able to see them. They're at the edge of the light. They're in dim light.
Good. Now to discover what angle I can hit this at.
Fireball?
Not quite.
Fireball's usually
I think I should be able to go out here and still see them, right? If I went like 10 feet
No wizards in this group.
northish, or like try to go off a little more, like into a little bit into the jungles here.
Are you dashing up that way to get 60 feet?
Yeah.
You've got the expeditious retreat.
I do.
Yeah.
So
So bonus action dash.
I'm gonna be doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The expeditious re-engage.
Exactly.
We have artificers, though.
You
Their
will have
fireball's
to make me a
explosive.
dexterity saving throw, though.
To go through
the
what
grease.
here?
No.
I mean, he can run right next to me and avoid it.
That's true.
You can literally just cover the last 30 feet on yourself.
I would agree with you, but his line went straight through that box. So I think in the heat of the battle,
dark.
because we didn't say anything about it, I think it's going to be a dex save.
It's darkish.
Yeah. Just slide the last 20 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Pretend you have Heelys on.
12 enough? Maybe.
That is not high enough, unfortunately. And you rush off and just slide down into the grease, and it slows you down just enough. And so let's see. With this, that is 25. Half your movement is 15. So that is 40. So you've got another 20. So you can get about...
Aha!
You got a bit of an angle on them. Actually, I'm going to position you back here just because this is the angle that you would have on them.
Okay, sounds good. Out of curiosity, who would be in range of 60 feet of me right now?
Everybody?
Yeah,
except for Tove.
Yeah, everybody but Tove.
Oh, that's not good.
Tove doesn't matter. Who cares about Tove?
What?
Wait, what is that's not good?
Yeah, that's
for?
right.
Hey now,
What are
that
you
is my
doing?
only friend you're talking about.
I can take it if
We're
you have an area
friends. wins.
Do it.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, we got to get rid of the competition. If Tova's your only friend, then obviously she has to die in order for you to join the party. You know, I mean, like, come on.
No. No. If not many people in range, I will change tactics here, and I will. Say what?
Don't kill Jazargo, and I accidentally just fight that.
I don't have a lot of. I don't have.
I would argue
left here, y'all.
I'm protecting him, so whatever's happening, I'm like hair curled around him.
What are we gonna do with the shawl?
Yep, I would like to. Well, no, that doesn't do what I wanted to. Alright, I'm probably just gonna fire on. Let's see. I can't tell which one's probably more damage, so I guess I'm going to. If it's taking 2 dogs to take this guy, I think I'm gonna try and fire through with at least the left one here.
All right,
see
go
if
for
I
it.
can't get something on it. So yeah, let's do 2 attacks against that. I wish I knew which one was more damaged. That's a shame. We got 1, and then we got 2, maybe.
The second one will hit.
The second one hits. All right.
6.
It's got a low, but it's fine.
Alrighty.
Flat average.
My back.
As you do this, Jazargo just kind of whispers out a few words, and you see as his body just kind of begins to blur. But this creature just begins to disengage, leaving Jazargo behind, and the 3 of them just take Cesare into the woods and disappear into the darkness. Chasing after them, you take some pot shots, but they just vastly outpace you in speed, and you all are left on the beach as this comes to a conclusion here, and you hear the sound of others as they are approaching and kind of rushing forward towards where you all are. You see as a number of individuals kind of come out. You see that Captain Morrowind, as well as the lieutenant and others, begin to rush in, trying to see what's happened. And at the front of all of them, Octavius kind of rushing forward. What's happening? What's happening?
Did they disengage from me when they went away?
What?
Did the one wolf disengage from me when it got away?
All of them disengaged and used their full movement.
Is Octavius the guy I talked to previously?
Yes.
Don't you
Octavius,
start
over
this.
here!
Don't you... I shoot the shawl. He doesn't have any armor on. I might actually hit something tonight.
No, please.
So, quick question, Austin. How big are these monster doggos, and can she like tug it slightly away from Jazargo so anyone that needs to tend him can tend to him and she can
just
finish it off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're big, but you only need to get it a little bit. You kind of pull on it. Go ahead and make me a
she'll
strength
just
check.
drag it like 5 feet over here, ideally. Just like get it away and.
Oh, as soon as Cade sees that thing is still breathing, arrow into the corpse.
No.
Into its body.
No. She was speech stomping.
Deflect missiles.
She does not want this. She will deflect missiles all day. This is her kill.
I would like to step back from the massacre.
All right.
He would like to pull Jazargo away from what's going on.
I was trying to drag it over here, away from the favorite NPC.
Breathing, arrow.
She's dragging
No.
it to the nearest
Hold on.
rock and just beating it.
Grab.
I need a dexterity. I need a. Well, this is really going to be an initiative check. But an initiative check from both Jasira and Cade on this one.
Fucking A. This is
Because you don't have the time to communicate on this one. You just see as it's still breathing.
Okay.
Ooh, it's
How
good.
to split the party.
This is not gonna go well, bro.
No way.
So yeah, as she's just firing out at this thing, just breathing, just you turn it over and just with a quick kind of crack, just snap the spine enough to stop it from breathing and just kind of breathe in how close as it just scorches the area where it just was. And you can feel as actually, would you like to describe what's happening?
I don't know, man. This is the first time. I don't know how to describe this. Let me see.
How do you see it happening?
I like how you described it in the message. Let me see if I can fucking find that again. But it's essentially, once she's stomps the life out of this motherfucker. I kind of see it as you see this energy kind of just crawling out of his mouth and kind of culminating into this, it's like swirling midair, and she'll just kind of whip out a gem, and it'll be absorbed into the gem, which she will then put on a bracelet on her wrist.
Okay.
And will very satisfactorily.
Wait, what?
Cade, you focused on this, especially see it, but Boko and Clyde, you kind of also catch a bit. Clyde, it's kind of you're kind of still inebriated in this moment. You're not sure what's real. But yeah, Boko and Cade.
He's not sure if he fought dogs or large rats. We'll figure it out till tomorrow.
Boko and Cade, especially, you do catch this as the others begin to arrive. Octavius kind of coming up first towards the first person still on the edge, Roland, and he comes up and kind of, what's happened? Is there anything that we can do to help? Is there anyone injured? Please.
Roland just like looks at him, reloads his gun, and walks off to see if he can find some sort of trail towards Cesare. At least maybe they can recover a body, but he's kind of half-hearted, mostly just to get away from Octavius.
When the wolves left, Sindri did not stay with everyone. He just bolt dashed into the woods after them.
Okay.
And so probably chase them for a few minutes, and then come back if he loses them, which I'm assuming he's going to lose them. Back as his normal tiny self. So only a very small number of people saw me big. So however long I'm gone, I'll just wait until I come back.
Do I see this gem ritual, whatever was going on? Is this very close range to be able to see all this?
I think you were distracted by a flamboyant bard.
Yeah, you kind of shifted at least a little bit towards Octavius and the group that was coming in. You kind of saw something happen, but by the time you look back, it was over. But you do see Cade and Boko both staring at Jasira, and Jasira just on the ground, just like full on bear hugging this body of this wolf-like creature.
Can I get a vibe check on what just happened? Does that feel like a natural order of things, or like very unnatural order of things?
You can roll me
from a druid sense.
So I'll let you roll me in a nature or an insight check, your choice.
Okay.
And Boko, if you want to roll an insight or arcana, if you're having similar thoughts. But kind of moving up to check on Jazargo, you see him kind of spitting out blood and kind of barely hanging on. And he's not fully conscious, but he is alive. And in this moment, both Cade and Boko, it's weird, but there's a lot of weird stuff happening. There's nothing necessarily unnatural in the moment that you get, Cade. And Boko, to you, it's really nothing at all. You've seen much weirder in the past few days, and so it's something that you would almost shrug off. Cade, it sticks in your mind a little bit, and something that you might want to come back to, but it's not something that is insulting to nature, if that makes any sense. At least to you in the moment.
At this point, Cade has done a lot of shit today and is absolutely exhausted. So as soon as Sindri comes back, she just looks at Sindri, so she's like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. No one else get kidnapped by dogs, okay?
Does Sindri come back?
He would probably be gone for a good amount of time. I think he would start walking back and probably run into Roland. And if Roland is willing to assist, then Sindri will help point him the direction he chased the dogs at, as far as he was able to chase them, with his big self dashing the whole way.
Yeah, no, Roland is trying to establish a trail. He will go to where your big self stopped making the good trail, and and try and see if he can pick up the signs of the dog trail.
Oh,
probably leave it there.
Hey, help! I lost them. They went that way.
Okay, take me to where you lost them.
Okay, come on. And I start running through the woods.
Yep.
And
But he would have taken off after you fairly quickly, so it shouldn't be too far.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Octavia showed up right after the fight ended, like the useless shit he is.
I have proficiency in survival, so I might be able to help you track, but I'm not a tracker myself.
If you've got proficiency, Roland, you can roll your survival check at advantage. In the meantime, cool. Gale, are you doing anything as these people come in and as some people kind of run off in the aftermath of this fight?
I would actually like to go check on Desargo as well. He was helping me earlier, so I want to make sure my buddy's okay.
Yeah, so you and Boko come over, and again, he is not really conscious. He's fairly lucid in the moment, but is breathing, is trying to recover. He's at a very weak point, but he's not dead. Has miraculously held on to this for now. And with the help of some others, you see as some of them from the group are kind of going over and giving him medical attention and trying to bandage up where the wound on his shoulder, where it's most of the flesh has kind of been torn out a bit.
Can I address that wound?
Yeah. Do you want to roll a medicine check or?
No, he wants to stab his tumor.
Do you want to poke it a little bit?
This is all, of course, it has to be consensual, at least in the way that Boko administers treatment. But Boko will approach, sort of kneel down to Jazargo, hold his hand out in offering, and simply say, "I can help you, if you wish. It will seal your wounds, but it will hurt a lot."
At the moment, he's not conscious enough to understand and respond.
Nah, you don't need to hurt him. Just give him a little bit of this moonshine. That's all he needs.
Am I walking over here?
I got something that'll make him feel right as rain. Just a little sip of the nip, and he'll be ready to go.
Wait. Did you say snip the nip?
Sip of the nip.
Sip. Okay.
Much better.
Now, wait. What are you?
Not really, but we'll roll with it.
What are you trying to administer to him?
A little bit of moonshine, a little bit of the good stuff.
All right, and what about you? Did I turn to Boko?
Boko simply has tools and poultices.
Huh, all right. So, traditional medicine versus, what
alcohol.
Did you say that was? Is that booze?
It's moonshine, it's the good stuff.
I don't,
Can't get this just anywhere.
I don't necessarily think that that's a medical remedy, from what I've gathered.
Don't knock it till you try it. It'll cure what ails you.
Because the ale is what cures you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Clyde is totally going to give Jazargo some of his moonshine, though, in his delirious state, rather than him get cut up by Boko.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and roll that for me, Clyde. If you're just pouring it in.
2d4 plus 4. He gets 7 HP.
All right, and you see as again,
is he drunk? DM, is he drunk?
Let's find out. Apparently, the kobold constitution is hanging in there. But you see, again, it's not so much the wounds that get taken care of. It's more the bleeding that is kind of staunched on its own. It's more the energy and the vitality. And you see as this does actually bring him to some bit of consciousness. As this moonshine that Clyde pours down, he kind of coughs out. What was that?
Well, bad news. Your friend got taken. I think we're going to have to go after him tomorrow, or as soon as possible. Good news, you're not dead. Again, bad news, my eyeball and the thing is still in my head.
Well, I thank you for your help. Is it safe here? Are we all right?
Yeah, I think they're content with your friend they took off. Sendry ran off looking for him.
We do currently have a couple in hot pursuit, apparently. Did you just heal him with alcohol?
It'll cure what ails you.
I mean, to be honest, it can be very soothing to the soul.
When Clyde gives it to him, the alcohol that pours out glows slightly.
Maybe I will have to try
which
some
you
of this.
wouldn't see in the daytime, but at night it's definitely noticeable.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll certainly have to try some of this at some point. I mean, clearly it's like quite
Well,
good.
you wait around long enough and I get this thing out of my head, I'll show you how to make some.
Well, not to worry. I've got to do a little bit of adjustments of my own.
Okay. It's been a long night. I'm going to suggest that we all relive.
Blooded, I can live with that. Don't get dead.
Honey, this isn't some fairy tale, okay?
No, it ain't. No,
this
you
is
good,
real
but
life.
If we ain't going out into the dark after big scary things, I'm all right with that. But I do want you to know, we still got to get this thing taken care of that we started this whole thing with. I'm
going to suggest in the morning.
I hope I'm still alive in the morning, but
Well, look, your surgeon's bleeding. The person that was going to patch you up afterwards, I'm a little tapped today. You look a little frazzled. I think this is best done after that.
And at this point,
since I woke up, I'm damn near manic.
At this point, Octavius, who was called over by Thashalt and some others.
Oh no!
What sort of procedure are you talking about?
That is an excellent question, and I have to admit, I am also equally confused. But more importantly, what exactly is going on your end?
Nice looking motherfucker. If you gotta know,
If you
I
could
got
please
this thing
explain
stuck
to
in
me
my
what
head
just
from the
happened.
tadpole, man. You just sit down there and I'll tell you. This is supposed
Kate's
to be
gonna whistle really loudly.
Okay, so let me just get this straight. Clyde is willing to tell Octavius about everything that just happened to him, and Cade turned Roland away.
Well, Clyde would have told anybody.
Yeah. So
He just wanted to
there is
keep
a
it less
loud
people for the
whistle
less
that kind of
pitchforks.
there's a loud whistle that silences everyone down as this is beginning to call out as Cade just puts all talking to a halt for the moment.
Okay, listen up now. It's been a long, long day. I'm tired. There's a lot going on. I've been injured severely. I'm tapped out of magic right now, and the earth is not speaking to me like it really should. We've been attacked by dogs. The dangerous dogs in the world. They, on this island, they drag someone off. He's probably going to be in pieces by the time people find him. I really think all of us just need to get back into one group where there's campfire, and safety in numbers, and go the fuck to sleep. Everyone okay with that?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Wonderful.
I can live with it. Hopefully.
Although, quick question for you.
No questions. There are no more questions tonight. Turn around and go to bed.
All right.
While this conversation is happening, Boko is going to walk up to Jasira.
So Cade is just kind of taken over this and has kind of pushed everyone back towards the beach, while Roland and Sindri are off kind of trying to track this. And Jasira and Tove are off to the side, and Boko, you begin to approach them.
Yeah, as soon as Octavius gets involved, Boko loses entire interest and starts moving towards his own goals. But is going to approach Jasira, and he's just going to say, Roland and the young giant left into the forest. I am going to follow. I could use your help if you are willing.
I feel fine. I can help.
Let us go then. And he's going to... Probably right about the time Cade starts yelling at everybody.
Is this with the same, like, intense staring look as when he put the fish in the sand?
No, that was an olive branch. But Boko always has sort of an intense look about him.
Wow, it does happen.
He just looks like he just looks like he's dead all the time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and as he starts dashing off, Jasira will kind of look at Tove, and she'll give her a chance to decide if she's coming or not, but she's going.
All right.
We're gonna go find Roland and Sindri. Because if there's two of them fighting like three dogs that remain, like they're gonna get destroyed.
I one-shotted a dog. I've only hit one dog once, and it died.
You're not big anymore. You're chew-choy sized.
I hit it first.
True. Weakened it.
So yeah, Boko, you take Jasira and Tove and head off after Roland. And Roland, with that survival, you are able to get a pretty good bead. Again, with the size that Cesare was, and then the dogs moving as a pack, it's not easy, but it's not difficult either to find the trail. And you're able to slowly work your way through the broken branches that give you a direction of where these creatures are headed deeper into this jungle-like island.
The first couple 100 feet have like big footprints. Just
yes, it is very clear and evident the first way, and then eventually it does get a bit harder as you can see where Sindri shrunk back down. But you begin to make your way through this, and you're also finding a pretty consistent blood trail along the way as well. And eventually you do hear something behind you, and you kind of spin around and see a decent ways off, maybe like 40 feet away, so not that far, but in this situation, Boko, Jasira, and Tove kind of jogging after you,
following Sindri's trail.
Yeah.
This is a stretch for a level 3 character, but examining the blood a little closer, of like picking up in the hands, checking the color, smelling it, not tasting it, because that's fucking weird.
I'll do it.
This is deep
that figures
from a mortal wound.
Yeah, does it seem like monstrosity blood versus gnome blood?
So I will say that you were close enough to have caught sign of the creature that Boko had stabbed, where the blood was coming out. That blood was like a deep purplish color. This blood is a bright red.
Oh,
okay.
Well, shoot.
Yeah, okay. That is exactly what I was digging for. Yeah, figuring that out with the blood trail and just like seeing the amount of blood, and it was a small gnome that got dragged off.
Large gnome.
Large gnome, eventually, but...
Fair,
We found
but
someone
still...
else that gets bigger. We must find him. We can be friends.
I don't know if we're going to find him alive, though.
Possibly, but we should find where the wolves go. Take them. Or else they'll come out again later. We
should
corner
find
them.
them, but not you and I alone.
Well,
I
we
am
can-
very
we can
loud. You are
sneak.
used to be very low. You are hammer.
And Boko, it's
Picture this
about
hammer.
this time that you and Jasira kind of catch up to them as they kind of have taken a break and are talking back and forth about what to do.
Oh, see?
Well.
Now we have 4. It's 4 versus 3. We got this. Besides,
You have
the
4.
first one wasn't
Giants
so
are
hard
known for their counting.
And you also have Tove, so.
Yeah, there's another elf as well with them.
We've established this.
They're very quick
Sorry.
and hard to hit, but it only takes one good smack to take them out. So they shouldn't be that big of a problem.
Were you watching the rest of the fight?
I said one good smack. With
Ouch!
It helps if you hit it all.
especially with this massive hammer, it's pretty good at taking things quickly. So the advantage of being a giant. Says this 3.5 foot.
Roland looks down at his rifle, which historically has been able to kill things in a single hit before. I was just like...
Needs to be cleaned.
Yeah.
Something from the ship got in there. It's no good. Needs to be cleaned.
Boko's gonna agree
The
with
tentacle in your barrel. That'll do it.
Boko's gonna agree with Sindri and go, yes, this is true. Have you tried heating something?
Roland is gonna give Boko just the stink eye, and then realize it's with the wrong eye, and then shift a little bit. And he's just gonna pull out the dagger that killed the Mind Flayer and twirl it a little bit, and continue to look at him until he
Boko,
realizes.
with the charismatic ability of a fire hydrant, is just going to put an arm on Roland's shoulder and say, "It is okay. Jasira and I have arrived, so you will not get eaten."
No! Damn.
I like him. He seems nice.
I need a smoke. We have the trail. There is much blood. Gnome, no longer an ally. We may find body in the morning. And he'll start walking back down the trail. And along the way is going to pull out a short, stubby pipe and start packing it with tobacco and light a match and start smoking it because holy fuck, this night is stressful.
With Roland's history, he probably shouldn't have fire that close to his face.
Oh my god.
Y'all are gonna be great friends.
Do you guys want to keep looking to where their den is? We can formulate a plan when we find it. It's better to make sure they don't think they won, or else they'll get more confident. This is an issue we've had back home. You let one escape, they'll come back with more.
When we were up close with these things, and Boko will voice this aloud because Jasira and Sindri were also up close. Did they have eyes?
You did not see any eyes on the creatures.
Boko will say to Sindri, "These creatures, they do not hunt with eyes like you and I do. The advantage they have is in the night. Maybe in the morning we will find what they are hiding, where they are hiding."
I'm good at the night. I'm used to no sun. The sun is actually very bright.
Unfortunately, that means our friend is going to die.
I've already assumed he's probably dead.
Yes. We will return to camp for now, safely. Yes?
Okay, I don't want to go to their den by myself, so I will agree with that.
We can return tomorrow.
What's your foot made out of?
A great many things, young giant.
Is it a composite material? I heard those are very strong.
Yes. And no. I think.
Is it a tree?
So, as you guys are walking back down the trail, and Sindri is just once again...
He's just making a checklist.
Is it
He's
this?
like, okay.
So for Jasira's reference, how tall is Sindri exactly? He's like waist height, probably.
Yeah, he's 3.5 feet tall.
And I'm assuming she knows what a giant is.
I mean, you have the rough concept.
I mean, the name is reasonably self-explanatory.
Well, she definitely won't say anything about it. She'll just... Right.
All right, as you four head back to camp, or five, excuse me, head back to camp as well. Cade and Clyde and Gale, is there anything that you guys, and Thashalt, is there anything that you guys are doing before you kind of huddle up with everyone nice and close for a watched evening of rest?
I'm just going to, as we walk, just give it a minute or two. Oh, okay, but Cade, I'm still curious on something. Entertain me for just a second.
You have precisely 1 minute.
Okay, perfect. You're made of water, right? Okay, so if I created water, would that actually work to heal you, or is that exactly how let me see, you're a Genasi? Does that work?
He walks away.
You're precisely 1 minute, 10 seconds in. Fuck this.
This is for emergencies! Oh!
I feel like the shot can get a lot done in a minute.
I certainly can.
Especially with things that are wet. Sorry.
Cade walks away and
Steamy.
finds a tree like nearish camp and just climbs to the top of the tree, and you just see her settle in on a branch and just lays back and just falls asleep.
Thinking to myself, okay, so now the question becomes, is the tree actually being actively watered by her? And so how does
Is there anything be left of her in the morning?
I have a couple questions too on that same note. But it'll have to wait. I have one other thing I need to do before I go to bed tonight. Well, two other things, actually.
And what are those?
This is going to be good.
Well, the first one is I'm going to hopefully go find Roland. Actually, let me do that reverse order. First off, I need to go find a lot of medals.
Medals?
Is Rennie just maybe sitting around?
Not really. What?
Damn it.
On a deserted island?
I'm just going to ask. I'm going to straight it back to Octavius. Out of curiosity,
Well,
if you were able to procure approximately 100 gold worth of medals, how would we go about doing that?
Leaving this island.
Oh, God.
I'm not sure I understand, my friend. What exactly do you mean from thin air? Or transmutation? Or...
I'm looking mostly to get the makings of maybe armor, or if you've got maybe a spare. Did somebody maybe have an extra, or I guess dye? Maybe I could borrow that one.
I don't think you're going to find any metal here. Any surviving metal would have been in the ship before it burned down.
Nuts.
I believe the woman, the watery woman. I believe she said there was a city. Perhaps in the morning you could be part of the group that heads out on that expedition to find the city, and they would most likely have metal there.
Aha! You're a genius. Thank you, Octavius.
I'm here to serve.
Oh, of course. I greatly appreciate it. Now, I have to go find Roland.
I'll be.
That's bore.
I'll be manning the first watch. So please, when you come back, do get some sleep, and we'll trade out as it goes through.
Roland.
Oh yes. I've got one thing to take care of, and then I'll make sure to get plenty of shut eye, and then of course do the watching and whatnot. I'll be right back, and I'm just going to start walking off.
All right. And then Gale, was there anything that you're doing when you get back to the beach?
The only thing I would do is probably go up to the tree that Cade is sleeping at and just kind of knock on it twice, kind of irritably, and
see if it's actively watered.
No, not exactly, but just knock on it twice, just enough to get her attention a little bit, and just say something along the lines of, "Hey, I know you're tired right now, but that being said, when y'all left, you took 3 people. You guys took a group of people, and now we have lost one. I don't know what kind of surgery was going on, but dogs got involved, and I think on the way back to camp, maybe the rescue party is entitled to a few answers. Have a good night." And then he would just walk away.
While you were talking, one eye would have opened and just looked at him like, "They're wild animals on an island, Doctor. People die, it happens. It's unfortunate, we can't always prevent it. Very sorry we couldn't save that individual. Nothing I can do about it now. He's probably in pieces. Have a good night."
Gale does take that note to walk away, but he also does want to ask about the eye a little bit later on.
Things to talk about in the morning. So yeah, Roland, as you have kind of headed towards camp, you do see the Schalt kind of standing on the edge, and in this jumpsuit that he's in with this metallic exoskeleton, he's kind of waving towards you, trying to get your attention.
Roland turns around and goes back into the forest.
Oh wait.
Oh wait.
Sindri sees this coming out just behind Roland and thinks it's to him. And is like, oh yeah, we wanted to talk about your armor.
Well, an unexpected surprise. Wonderful.
With Sindri taking the bait, Roland will start to very slowly creep away.
No, wait, come back! Sentry, give me 1 second. Give me...
Ooh, maybe you can make your armor out of the tree thing.
That's not how that works! I'll be right back. So I'm going to hopefully catch up to Roland. If by nothing else than the smell of tobacco. It's a little dark, so, you never know. Just, wait. Roland, right? I just don't think we've chatted much before now.
We have not. This is correct.
Well, let me introduce myself then, in case we probably didn't do that either. Threshold, you already kind of know me from all of the Steam exploits that you've probably seen out there. Quite wonderful, I know. Now,
Steam exploits. Okay, question, DM.
Mm-hmm.
From Carlacton.
Yep.
Am I aware of Steam exploits?
Actually, Steam is one of the few things that are not currently explored. There's much more magical alternatives right now. At least currently in the world, like, people know of Steam. You know it exists, and you know it has some basic uses, but it doesn't. There's no Steam is. It's not a major use for advancement in technology.
So Threshold hasn't been beating down the door of the Tower of Inspired Hands.
Not in Carlacton, no.
Okay, not in Carlacton. Okay. Steam. You mean hot water?
Oh yes, I mean, like, the stuff comes out of the cannons. You probably, saw it go ahead and hit a couple of those dogs last time, and various other things, and definitely not involved in slipping out on the beach. Do not pay attention to that one at all.
Hitting the door. I am sorry. I saw the small, large one with the oversized hammer and the mast small. I saw hitting, but not Steam.
Well, that is a bit unfortunate, but it's okay. It's okay. We're going to get to that point. It'll be known the world over eventually. Not the point I'm trying to get to here. What I'm trying to get to here is I happen to notice that you have quite a fine firearm in your possession. Seems to do quite a bit of work for you.
Thank you. Yes.
Which, of course, means that you, as a man with a firearm, are probably also a man in need of bullets. Yes? Am I correct in this?
You are correct. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Well, have I got a proposition for you? I happen to be...
I am listening much more intensely.
Excellent! That's what I like to hear. So, I'm, quite good with machinery and whatnot, and in my works with Steam, I have figured out different, not only properties of firearms and whatnot, but I've even picked up a little magic along the way. I believe that I should be able to make your gun be able to not only reload itself, I'll take it away all that pesky time it might take to just slap the bullets in there, but create bullets out of thin air. As you talked about before, well, wouldn't it be nice to not have to use any of those pesky things?
I have not been using them well, and every single one that has missed has been quite a pain, yes.
Well, why not fire and forget then? These bullets, no need to clean up. Disappears. Great.
I am listening intently.
Excellent. Well, all I'm going to need is to access your firearm for the evening, and I should be able to magically imbue it to not only...
I am listening less intently.
Well...
Because the man is asking for scrap metal the entire day.
It does not have to do with the metal project. I swear the gun will be exactly the same
May I borrow your metal gun?
No, it will be...
Don't worry. Windows putting everything back exactly where you left it.
Different project. Don't listen to him. No, this one actually will involve you being able to fire bullets and not your gun being disassembled, as it's being currently falsely predicted by other possible things in your mind, which might be telling you that. It's not that. Don't think about it.
I am very attached to this weapon.
Well, yes.
and intrigued.
Would it mean even more? Would this be quite the deal maker if I told you that they would hurt even harder than your bullets do before, and possibly be able to hit even better?
Or hit.
Hey! Hey, no, you stay out of my conversation!
You hear that in the bushes.
Just from a bush. Ooh, dang!
Yeah.
Now, Sendri, I'm going to be honest with you. You and I need to have a conversation that is after this, that has nothing to do with the current conversation.
Boko and Sindri are standing there just like... Sindri's making quips and Boko's like, well, he does have a point.
I don't need you to be involved either. You and I will talk eventually. Also, whatever. You and I will deal with that later. You're queued up. He's queued up. Maybe not tonight because it's a little long. I need to talk about guns and metal, and I'll talk about whatever's going on with you at some point.
He has a tree.
I noticed that.
Sindri breaks out the list and goes, his leg is made of this, and this.
Does it have a list of various components and things that you've been willing to say to me? Even if it's a lie, I've written it down as truth.
Did you, out of
there's
curiosity,
no insights happening.
Mention an organic and inorganic material within that?
Yes. So it is both organic and inorganic.
Upon hearing that, I will raise an eyebrow and look at you and be like, that is...
See, you can make your armor out of it.
That is not how that's supposed to work, and I will deal with that at some point.
He can make it bigger. I've seen it in the fight. So he can just make it bigger and you cut it off, and then you do that enough.
That does not help my suspicion at the moment. Doesn't help me. That is a bit strange. I do respect the fact that you've helped out a lot of things. Clearly, you and I have similar professions. But I don't know.
I am quite intrigued. But
oh, please.
Could I observe?
Assist. I don't see why not. I mean, all I'm going to need is just basically to take around with it a little bit. I'm sure that you and I could probably be on a watch and we could take care of it, or just early in the morning. I don't need to be unsupervised with the gun, good lord.
I will watch with you.
Excellent.
I want to watch you. It sounds cool.
Good, you and I can speak of all manner of different things from the past. It's good. Get to know each other a little bit.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
You seem a little less convinced than I would have assumed.
Me? No, I am just tired.
Understandable, I believe we all are.
Indeed.
Well, not to worry. Like I said, we'll have to have some future conversations later. You about metals. Out of curiosity, quick question for you. Do you know at all where to get metal anywhere around this beach that is not the city that I've already been mentioned to?
There's a mountain nearby. There's usually metals in the stone.
And how far
I'm very
away
good at finding it.
How far away is that?
I'm not actually sure how big the island is. Well, I'm assuming we can see the mountain, just like there.
The mountain.
Yeah.
You look up and you see the mountain.
Hold and go mining.
Just like give you a confused look and just point that far.
I don't think
we can dig down, but not in the sand. You can't. Digging in sand is not advised.
I don't think I'm quite that desperate. I will keep that in mind, however. So, let's see. Gun, metal's probably not a chance. Your leg does weird things that I should not be seeing from a machine, which probably means something weird's going on. I get it. I'll figure that out. But,
I do have a shield made out of metal I don't use.
I mean, if you're offering, I certainly would take it off your hands.
It's about 5%
I get
of what
something
you need.
that throws magical hammers that come out of nowhere.
You know, I believe we might be able to arrange something. Would you perhaps be interested in a hammer that you could throw and comes back to you?
How big of a hammer can I throw?
As big as you want, as long as it's the same hammer.
He's gonna throw his maul. Maul is returning.
Would I know how effective throwing my hammer is? I imagine.
You ever thrown your hammer?
You certainly tried to throw your hammer sometime.
And in my tiny form, I'm going to try to check it.
You had difficulty hitting a door.
It goes
with it,
maybe
right?
a foot in front of you as you're just like, ugh, and it just goes right into the ground in front of you.
Hashtag dwarven mauler.
Now imagine if that hammer suddenly appeared back in your hand because it comes back.
I take a step forward and grab it.
See, but imagine if you didn't have to take the one step forward. Efficiency.
Oh, this is some high-level salesmanship.
I'm here for it.
I'm just saying. Could be pretty good.
Maybe. Is there other things you can do?
I mean,
this is very interesting. I didn't know you could do these things with metal. What else can you do with metal?
As far as metal goes, as soon as I can actually get approximately 100 gold worth of metal, which I'm pretty sure we've talked about and you have no idea what that even means, I should be able to make myself an armor that actually can do quite a few
wonders. Is the shield not that much? I mean, gold is a worthless metal, so I assume this should be more than that.
Unfortunately, it's quite worth something in the hands of magic and several merchants, including myself.
But it's so soft and useless.
He is a traveling salesman.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
You have any gold? I would be happy to take it off your hands.
I will bring the gold if you're offering.
Give me 5 gold today, and I can give you 10 gold tomorrow.
I'll trim your armor for you. All you have to do is give me your armor, give me all your gold, and then I'll bring it back to you. It's gonna be fine.
Give me all your possessions.
It's for my RuneScape fans.
Oh, fuck.
But yes, we might be able to figure something out for you. But it sounds to me like the gun may be the only thing that I have to take care of tonight, which is good.
Can you make me bigger?
I cannot do that at the moment.
Oh.
However, in the future, perhaps we can figure something else out that could do something quite great for you.
I did it at the perfect time.
And
different traveling salesman for that one.
As the Schultz continues on his pitch and arranges up his next few projects, you all do make it back to this camp on the beach, now much more alight as fires have been relit rather than the ones that were burning out before. Torches are handled and a watch has been set up as each of you are cycled through different points with 4 or 5 people taking a watch at any one time. And the night continues on. And as we head into this evening, that is where we'll go ahead and wrap up for the night. And we'll catch up tomorrow on the next day, next week, where we determine what path you all will be heading next. And if you choose to try and find this city, or what other path you may have, perhaps up the mountain or after, to try and locate a gnome body. But before that, we have our outro real fast. And the first night was the hardest. The dark plague of death had followed them across the sea. Some had made it through the long journey across the sea just to die on the first shore they found, but progress had to continue. They were free here. And even a death on a free shore was better than a death in the bonds of slavery. Food, water, shelter, it would all come in time. But the death would be inescapable. More would pass before it would be stable and safe here. In time, a place, a home would be constructed, and the dark nights would become no scarier than one's own shadow, but for now at least, the darkness of the night held uncertainty, danger, and death. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we look forward to seeing you again next week as we pick up with another episode of The 12. We'll see you then.